Welcome to the Lost Harbor Tavern. I am your host, Nitsify, also the DM. As you can see, we are missing a person today. He has gone MIA, probably because he's probably asleep from what I have gathered. But...
Acrid's dead, guys. Sorry. We're gonna have to move on without him.
He died playing Crab Champions, I kid you not. I was playing Crab Champions with him, he went silent, he said he was gonna BRB, went silent, and hasn't been seen in over an hour and a half. He may have died to crabs. But that being said, we have three of the four players here. We have Ublex, aka Issa.
Yes.
God, I swear, that fucking silence.
I love doing that.
I'm gonna take that gun, aka Chrono.
Hey guys, I just killed a wasp with a styrofoam box earlier today.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to get that bat infestation going on. And we have Usagi,
Right, no.
aka a box and a frog in a box, aka Bizarre Man, aka Rio.
Yo.
Hell yeah. So, for those who don't remember the last episode, and for the one who wasn't here last episode, we had a fighting tournament go on in Niue as you guys embarked onto the very Hawaiian-like themed island. Very tropical. There's a volleyball court that's there. You guys got to talk with a fucking reporter who got Mollis's entire backstory and got Mollis's perspective on everything, and we'll probably be posting that to the public. On top of that, y'all went to the fights where Usagi got his ass kicked by a blind person, Chrono advanced into the second rounds, as well as Mollis. Chrono lost in the second round to a warlock lady, and then she had her absolute shoulder torn to pieces by Mollis as Mollis won the fighting tournament.
Hey, what?
No, he genuinely tore off a chunk of flesh off of her shoulder.
Yeah, I was feeling legitimately pretty annoyed after losing that, but after what Acrid
my
did,
God.
I'm not complaining anymore.
Yeah. You guys also found out that you have a fangirl who is screaming throughout every single fight within the 2 days of this tournament for you guys. Only to apparently recruit them. And Usagi booked a dinner with them for your final day here at the island. On top of that, I think that about covers it. It's basically just been y'all kind of relaxing.
I didn't even manage to invite her yet.
True. Oh yeah, true. You said you wanted to, and then she just kind of broke down, right? Yes. Oh yeah, there was one last thing with Usagi did get some light training from the blind monk, Leonin.
I didn't manage to actually invite her, so I'm gonna turn my attention to the other person instead.
That is completely fair.
I really hope she doesn't barge in. I really hope the fangirl doesn't barge in. If she does, then that's gonna be a real problem. Holy shit, that's gonna be awful. No. Please no.
Oh man. Either way, as you guys begin to wake up in the morning, you kind of Chrono, let me ask you a question, because I know after the last time you got swept off the deck, are you still sleeping on the upper deck, or are you sleeping in lower deck now, actually? Because you talked about possibly moving lower deck, but I actually don't know if you moved lower deck or not.
Shit, I remember we talked about it, but I didn't actually think about it. Sure, probably lower deck, but probably would be whatever's the closest to the windows or something like that.
Okay. So, what all of you hear is a big old thump on your, on the ship, sounding like it's from the upper deck. Everybody was still waking up, so...
What in God's name? I'm gonna get up.
Yeah, no, that should be checked out.
Okay. So, you guys... Yeah, go for it, sorry.
I'm just gonna get up and wander under my bed. What's going on here? I'm trying to get my beauty sleep.
So, as you guys start to rush up these stairs, and I want to mention, the entire crew is kind of crowded, slightly just outside of the kitchen. you realize that a certain someone has swam 3 days and has made it back. As you may remember, Dylan, aka Chrono, that Karori mentioned how she remembered hearing that Ublex said that they were going to go midnight fishing before she went to bed, and then woke up the next day where he was just missing.
Ublex? Where the hell did you go?
Well, no, here's the thing.
Oh.
So that's what you're remembering. When you get onto this ship, I'm gonna move the icons kind of like out near the area. You guys can go wherever. That these people, like everybody, has kind of just moved down. I'm also gonna just move Moss over into the ocean because y'all don't know where he's at right now. But everybody's just kind of gathered out near this area, right? You see Ublex, who, okay, let me make their icon a bit bigger, as I did some mathing here. As you see Ublex, who had absorbed within their time of swimming 17 feet of water.
Hey guys.
Oh my many gods. What in the hell? Ooh.
What's up, gang?
What the hell have you been doing?
We're all
Oh,
we've been fishing.
Did you
Why-
eat a shark or something?
what in God's name?
I don't know what goes inside of me.
I think that's just the water that they've retained. That's what you would hear Karori just kind of hear, like, kind of just say from the back.
Oh my lord.
So fun fact with this. So because your body is not trained to handle this type of water, you're only trained to handle 2 feet of water as of now for absorption at your current level. You won't get the extra boost that you normally would get at certain levels for having this water. So basically what's happened is that you have a -3 to your dex and a +3 to your charisma, and your movement is temporarily, until you get back to normal size, minused by 10.
Oh, so that's what they mean by thick thighs save lives, to become more charismatic.
But yes, however you choose to distribute this water throughout your body, or if you just choose to be a giant blob, is completely up to you. But you
Let me
basically
have-
take up a 3x3, of
That's
style.
diabolical. I'm like
This is gonna.
big man. You know that robot movie, that anime robot movie, that big old fucking robot.
I
Be more specific.
Yeah.
are you talking about Hero 7?
Big Hero
No,
6.
it's
Bigger
called
Six?
Robots, and it has Robin Williams in it.
Hold
Oh,
on,
I know
not
what you're
robot.
anime.
talking about.
Man.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Robot?
fucking Big Weld.
Big World!
Yeah.
Big World!
Oh, that just
Big
activated a core memory.
Oh,
God.
Robin Williams was in that? Oh, I know this. I didn't know. Huh. Oh, okay.
Robin Williams is the red one.
Gotcha. Dude, that's fucking wild. Was he massive? I don't remember anything about that movie.
He was
He's just
pretty
like a
big.
big ball.
Gotcha.
Okay, Chrono would kind of just like put his hands together and just say, "Look, Ublex, you know your body better than I do. I'm at least I'm assuming
Oh, my.
so. If we're going to get the water out, just please don't do it on the ship, especially with a few Godfruit users here."
You want water on you?
No, please.
Did I just say?
I'm gonna back away here.
Yes,
Well,
a
now-
little Chrono.
Now sounds like a good time to take my leave. Goodbye.
What did you guys do while I was gone? I'm so big. Help.
Usagi's going to leave.
Damn.
He doesn't, or if at the threat of like water, like nope. He's preparing to leave unless he's convinced immediately that that's
Wait.
not happening.
Okay, how heavy is Ublex? If
So-
Ublex is 7 plus
God.
17 feet. Because I don't want to go to one side of the ship and just fucking like.
I will say that it
so
is a boat that is meant to handle this in general, so it should
Okay.
mainly be fine. But like, I'm gonna be honest, I as a person do not. There's not a good way to look up how many pounds 17 feet of water would be, but I do know that that's a decent amount of weight. I'd say it's probably around maybe like an extra 80 pounds, like around there.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like, yeah, like, because, like, I was looking through some light stuff, and, like, I've seen where, like, they always give you rough estimates. So I'd say it's around, like, maybe 80 to, like, maybe 90 extra pounds on you. You're just massive. Like, you're wide, but you're not insanely heavy or anything.
I'm gonna
That's the thing.
figure out how much 1 foot of water weight.
Yeah, later on, we'll keep that in mind in the future, but, like, right now, with rough estimates, it's a little bit harder to tell you that. I will say this though, because it's something that you'll need to know. They will not be able to get all that water out of them within 1 day. Basically, they'll only be able to lose 2 feet of water a day, because their body is not used to holding this much water. And it will not be by force, it'll have to evaporate because of the sun.
Hey, 62.4 pounds is 1 foot of water.
Really?
Oh my god.
So I will
Oh.
say this, that because it is a slime mass, and also because I don't want your guys' ship to tip upon you simply stepping on
That
it,
would be 1,000 pounds.
I'm gonna just say as a DM to overrule it that your body has absorbed it in a specific way that allows
Yay.
it to only get to 80 pounds as of now. Because I genuinely don't want you to lose the whole ship because of this.
My
I
God.
think that's a fair thought process.
Chrono would just kind of turn to Usagi and just probably say, "Hey, quick topic change. Do you know anything about volleyball?
No.
I overheard some locals who are pretty big fans of it. I think I'm gonna give it a try myself today." Oh, right. His clothes aren't gonna work. And then
I want to toss
No,
you.
you're going.
Damn.
You're going to need to. No, you're going to strip.
What?
Well, you can't be wearing a suit when you're doing volleyball.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. And then at this point, but funnily enough, I was actually already planning this read, but you're just handing me like, you know, the opportunity on a silver platter.
Oh no! What did I do?
And Chrono takes off his top hat and he proceeds to take his shirt off. Takes the
Chrono
boots off.
nude art?
That's right.
Not nude art,
It's
not
the
nude
short-
art.
No, he's
Can I
going
draw this?
No.
No, he's going shirtless mode. He's going at least shirtless mode.
Gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
gonna point out. I just realized. Oh no! This is a terrible mistake. Anyway.
Also, Isa, that is completely
Oh.
up to Dylan on that drawing thing.
Probably like the most noticeable detail. Well, like Chrono goes shirtless mode. I swear to God, this is not a power fantasy. But
Oh,
yes,
no.
Huh?
Chrono is ripped.
Did
I don't know how the fangirl's gonna handle that. And
You
on
can
his
have her. You can have her.
and on his left arm, probably
Mhm.
notably is that there's not just simply a scar on the back of his hand. His left arm is like covered with different sword scars, like scars that you would get from sword slashes, like pretty much covering his entire left arm.
Holy shit, Fruit Ninja Warrior!
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
and then at that, Chrono not really paying attention to the implications of him going shirtless mode in front of his crew, just kind of starts doing like his stretches before he heads out to the island.
I think, with this, Benjamin, because you said you didn't even know what fucking volleyball is, he's gonna walk up and go, Ublex, I'll tell you what happened, which you missed in a second here. But, if you do plan to do volleyball, you might want to grab some extra people. Normally you play with
Thank
around
you.
4 people, including with a beach volleyball. It's basically, you just don't want the ball to hit your end of the court. Simple as that. You don't use feet, it's hands only, you basically bounce it up. You're not allowed to, you know, like if one person, like, receives the ball as it's coming toward the court, then you have to bounce it up and someone else has to hit it in, that sort of thing, you know. You're not allowed to retouch the ball after it's already been sent to the court, you've already touched it once.
That's simple enough.
Yeah.
Hey,
that would be-
hey,
I would
Mr.
have
Mittens.
Considering I'd be at a bit of a disadvantage.
Wait,
Gestures to like the fact that I am much shorter than everyone here.
Hey,
Actually.
Mr. Mittens, you want to try volleyball with me?
Sure. Also, I will mention, because I have played volleyball, famous thing in Hemfine, we love volleyball over there. Short people are actually good for it. Really good for receiving like balls that are about to hit the ground at the very back. It's good for spiking.
You're welcome to join us if you want, Yusagi, but I won't push you.
What if you put me in the middle of the court?
Well, I thought.
I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be big enough for that.
Am I qualified?
You might not be qualified to handle it because of honestly, you can go up to. You know what? I'll fucking roll a coin. If you genuinely want to join in your size, I will roll to see if I allow you that. How about that? Do you genuinely want to join?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d20. 1 to 10, they say no to the giant blob. What the fuck? That was exactly a 10. So it's gonna be one of those things where, like, you'll be able to show up and they're gonna think about that and be like, no, I'm sorry, that's just not fair.
This is so fun.
Are you gonna? Fine. I mean, I guess I could, but I need to. There's a thing I need to deal with first.
How do I get this water out of me?
I'm busy training. Like I'm busy training.
I will say this. I just thought of something. So you won't be able to get that water out of you right now because you're gonna be stuck at 17 feet for right now until tomorrow. Then you'll be able to get at least 2 feet out of you. Here's the thing. You technically probably could, quote unquote, shorten yourself to quote unquote make it fair. You just need to compress it into different parts of your body so it's more evenly distributed. Because right now you're just a giant blob.
I'm gonna turn into a woman and have giant boobs.
Yep, there it is.
I'm just imagining that one bit from The Simpsons where Homer Simpson shapes all the fat behind him to make him look slimmer.
That's fucking wild. Yeah, if you want to do that, what I'll do is I'll just turn your icon into this sizing, so now you're only taking up 4 squares. So they'll allow you, it'll just be one of those weird things where it's like, you won't, you know, it'll just be a little hard for you to move because, you know, the dex things and all that, but, you know, you'll do your best. You'll do your best.
Super hard.
It's all about having fun. So, okay, so your group for this, from what I understand, is Mr. Whiskers, Chrono, Usagi, and Ublex.
Okay, it seems so.
Oh, boy.
Guys
Yeah.
want
When
me
does
in
the
the front?
volleyball start?
That's up to you guys. Do you want them up on the front?
I should be on the back, thanks.
My only knowledge of volleyball is Haikyuu.
Oh, damn. Okay, so you might at least have some light ideas. Normally, the people that are, like, taller, you want up in the front to, like, block. Normally, like, people that are, like, shorter, you want up in the back because they can receive and get to the ground quicker to receive volleyballs in case they're about to hit the floor. So your best shot is to have Usagi and Mr. This is just me trying to help you guys out here, but you're best off having Usagi and Mr. Whiskers up on the volleyball field.
My knowledge of volleyball comes from Nintendo Switch Sports for the Nintendo Switch system.
Okay, before I go to volleyball, I have something I need to take care of.
Okay, go for it. What do you need?
I need to track down Fuck!
Yeah?
How do you pronounce the name?
You got this, Millie Millie?
Millie. Thank you.
Okay, you got this. You're welcome.
I need to track her down because I'm trying to, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Get to know her better over dinner.
All right. Yeah. So what you can do is you can start walking in town, and then what you'll do is basically just roll me a perception check.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could Chrono get in one more quick line to Usagi before he leaves that I just thought of?
Oh God, what?
So like, as Usagi is like about to leave, Chrono's just gonna say, "Hey, so I was checking the storage room for something really quick and to see if it was a good place to sleep. Do you know anything about this really weird smell down there?"
No.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I have to roll deception for this, or?
That is you know what? I'd say yeah.
Oh, fuck me. What are you gonna roll it? God damn it.
Unless unless
supposed to
Chrono
get
is
shit.
100% trusting of you, I would say you'd need to.
Are
Tell
you?
you what? I say roll deception with disadvantage because Chrono does trust you to some extent.
So okay, so no, he would have advantage.
Wait,
rolling
oh wait,
it.
no,
That means that you would
advantage.
have
I'm
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
boy,
you-
here we go. Oh no. Don't do this to me. Okay.
You're fine.
Hey! That's a dirty 20.
Hey, all right. Go ahead and roll your insight there, man.
You're
Oh, I
not
have
getting above a
insight.
20.
Right. Shit. Sorry, I forgot to pull up my character. Give me, like,
You're not getting above a 20.
You're good, man.
Okay, I have a plus insight modifier of 3. All right, and that is a 35.
He wins!
So technically, in 5e, it is not the defender that wins; it is the attacker. So in this case, it's technically Chrono.
Fuck!
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I guess you
Okay.
know that, like, you know exactly what happened.
Okay, tell you what, Chrono is still somewhat innocent, so he'll just probably go like, he'll probably just squint at you like, he's probably lying, whatever, kind of face, and he won't actually say anything else on it.
Oh, that is some
Usagi's
nice.
gonna be, like, Usagi's gonna be very embarrassed.
Oh man.
He's
At
gonna
least he
leave the
spared
boat
you.
right now. He's gonna leave the boat right now before somebody else interrogates him on that.
That's fair.
You would definitely see Benjamin raise an eyebrow. He doesn't say anything, but there is that definite.
God damn it! Don't
Fuck.
judge me!
Fun fact: the only NPC that I normally run a passive insight for at all times is Benjamin. So he's that one guy that's like, hold up.
Oh, Christ God.
After Usagi reacts like that, Chrono would probably just kind of like lean over to Benjamin and just be
No.
like, "Hey, so what was up with Usagi? He acted really weird there. It didn't really seem to be that in-depth of a question about a weird smell being in the storage."
What's the best way to put this? Right. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah?
oh no.
So, the best way to put it is I definitely can tell he's lying about something. I haven't been down there recently. And quite frankly, with the way he is, I don't know if I want to go down there now.
You know,
Oh my God.
you might be right. Chrono just kind of nods in agreement before hopping off the ship.
I'm dying of embarrassment.
Oh, it's very much like he doesn't know, but there's definitely that suspicion.
Oh yeah, no, Chrono doesn't actually know, to be fair. It's just more...
What is he gonna do about it if he does find out anyway? That's the real question here.
That is a good question. I'm not sure myself.
Nothing.
I don't think you can do
You're not
much.
his dad.
All you can really do is like there's just gonna be that judgment of like, wow, you really did that on the ship, huh?
What else am I supposed to do it?
Look, Chrono
What the fuck else
doesn't,
was I supposed to do it?
Yeah.
We weren't on land.
Chrono doesn't think you had sex, if that's what you're concerned about.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, eventually he's gonna find out.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway,
man.
how do I find my latest interest?
So you're going around to look around for Millie. So what you're gonna do,
Yes.
is that you're going to roll me a perception check.
Oh, please God. Okay.
Actually, let me ask you a question. This is something that I want to get down for all players eventually, so this is more in effect. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception, that
yeah.
would be...
That would actually be very helpful with this.
Mine's 13.
13.
Sadly, your passive is a natural 14 with that, so yeah, you will actually need to roll perception. I thought by chance, I was like, well, maybe he would notice her. Never mind.
It's a 7!
Wait, 7 plus or just dirty 7?
No, that's a 7 by itself.
Oh my god. Bro, okay.
Well, I said, well, we were gonna be training throughout the 3 days I was here, so I'll probably run into her eventually anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because she did agree to train you. If you don't find her, she'll probably find you.
Okay.
So what I'll say is like, hey Chrono and Ublex, how long are y'all gonna take to kind of get to the beach area to kind of like, before we start trying to challenge people?
Probably wait for Usagi first at least. So.
Oh,
I'm
good
kind of
lord.
slow.
So you're like slowly embarking off the ship so you can technically be ahead of everybody else when the time comes.
Yeah.
Chrono's
Okay,
just like
okay.
very concernedly watching you move slowly.
Oh man, yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like you're watching Ublex move. Like it's that weird thing of like, because of the way they're having to distribute the water, and I don't know how they've chosen to do this. I don't know if you put all 17 feet into just your tits, from what I understand.
No!
Okay.
What?
That's the impression I got from what you said. Either way, that's a lot of extra water weight that you're not naturally used to. So it's just one of those things where you're sitting here like, okay, I need to adjust to the movement here. Because it's almost like you're having to pull on not just your natural ability to move, but it's almost like you're having to use strength to move. It's that weird thing. Yeah, go for it.
I'm trying to find this one GIF. Give me a sec. Continue.
Okay. I got you. But yeah, it's basically just one of those things where it's like you as a person are just having to learn to adjust to it. Like, it's that weird thing of like, oh god.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Sorry, I meant to ask this earlier, but does the fangirl appear or react at all to Chrono going shirtless?
So roll me a perception check.
Oh, Christ,
Got
God.
it. Let me double check my thing. Give me a minute. Perception. That is a +3 modifier. 14.
14. Yeah, so she wasn't like properly hiding, so you will see her. She is like, you can look, there is a little bit of blood coming from her nose. And she is like actively shaking like a soda can.
Oh
I
my
like
God.
to imagine like it's like the fairy tale. Wow! Sound
I'm
effect
sorry, I had to
as
post this.
Chrono
I'm sorry, I had to
walks
post
by.
this, Issa.
100%. She is like just peeking from like the doorway of the kitchen, just
Oh
like,
my God.
It's just...
Oh my God.
Oh man. But yeah, that's basically what's happening the entire time for her. Oh boy.
Yeah,
But yeah, basically everybody on this last day are just gonna go and like, everybody's leaving the like ship just kind of relaxed, because this is an area that people don't have to be up in arms on, luckily. So people can actually just get to enjoy their life.
Like, huh?
You said that the blue tiefling fellow, whose name I keep forgetting, for God's sake. Acrid!
Yeah. Oh, is
Oh,
Acrid here?
fine. Oh,
Welcome. Welcome, Acrid.
You're awake, congrats!
Yeah, I am. That is exactly what happened.
The Mollis is here. Yeah, I saw you in the sleep VC. I was like, ah, fuck, he fell asleep. But
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna be honest. The way I was gonna BS this was that you were just kind of sleeping, and thankfully we haven't gotten that far in. So
Mollis is kind of down for the count mentally, so that kind of fits.
yeah.
Now, Acrid, important update. Chrono's gone shirtless mode. Anyways.
Yes.
And also,
Wow.
Ublex is giant now.
Yeah.
Yes, Ublex is indeed giant. This does matter.
It
Now,
has
Ublex has a D cup.
Yeah, I don't know if Isa
Alright.
ever plans to draw that, but just
Please
so
do,
I
it
have
would
an
be
idea,
hilarious.
I know her well enough that she might
No.
be going. But
Oh,
no,
That's surprising.
that's a horrible, scary.
that is.
Ublex, I don't want to give Ublex back pain.
You know,
I don't even think they can have back pain.
So technically speaking,
They don't
here,
have a back.
Plasmoids don't have bones or anything like that. The only things they really have to worry about is that they do have in their body a very small, very hard to see like organ system. That is like basically the majority of your slime always like surrounds that bit. Like that's the one bit that never really properly moves in the body. So like that's really the only thing you have to worry about. So you want to be able to get back pain at least. Oh,
I don't want to
man.
squish my organ.
Yeah, you don't want to
Oh
put too
my
much
God.
pressure on your organ. You know how that is. But yeah, so in case you didn't know, Moss, you're gonna wake up. I'm gonna say that like when you wake up, you would peek out of the kitchen. You see that the fangirl is actively shaking and vibrating. Turns around, sees you, and then fucking just falls over dead. And then you look over. Chrono is shirtless, and you see that the fucking Ublex has appeared. Is actively trying to make her way off the ship, and is fucking 17 feet bigger than normal. They have compressed themselves down a bit, at least, so they can fit on the, ship, and so they can play volleyball, which, by the way, if you want to play volleyball, while they have picked their team and they have a full team, there is the opposing team, if you wish to be a part of the opposing team.
What?
I really want to I'm just picturing this head of Moss, like, barely conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just woke up. He
Absolutely.
peeks out and he just sees giant slime. People gotta go do it. He's like, the fuck did I miss? I was gone for 5 minutes.
You would see Karori, who's also kind of getting ready to kind of leave it, depart onto the island and kind of just enjoy her day. She just looks over and go, "Oh, you're awake. Yes. Ublex is back. She
Water?
Yeah, I think they gained a lot of water while they were swimming. I
Oh,
don't know how long they're gonna be like this."
Weeks, if I had to guess.
Possibly. DM the player, she only can lose 2 feet of water per day. So, because it has to...
man.
I was
It has
right.
to
Get fucked,
evaporate.
Everyone.
It has
Get
to
fucked,
evaporate.
everyone. I was right.
Yeah. Because their body's their body isn't trained to handle 17 feet of water yet. So,
Mollis is gonna let them go have fun with that. He's gonna go and try to figure out some of his own shit.
alright. So, we're gonna handle this volleyball bit here. Most likely, Usagi, I'll let you know this, by the way, man.
Okay.
If you just hang around and play volleyball, they will probably just eventually show up.
Fine.
That's probably going to be your best
Okay.
way since you failed up on the perception. But, like, most likely they'll just eventually be like, "He's here. Let me go grab him real quick."
Okay. Perfect.
Before I forget,
Mhm.
since Acrid wasn't there to hear this, probably the most important detail about Chrono going shirtless, which is a really funny sentence.
Shut.
I mean, Malice would probably notice is that the scar that was on the back of Chrono's hand that he saw the other day, well,
Uh-huh.
his left arm is actually decked in like slashing scars that pretty much cover it all the way to his shoulder, his left arm.
Huh.
And yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Mollis would check on one thing though he's gonna grab some spare food and take it down to the prisoner person.
Alright. Yeah.
He doesn't know if they've been fed at all.
Yeah.
I as a person don't.
I mean, they didn't get, because you guys didn't go out of your way to go feed, and Ublex was missing. There's been like this is technically the 3rd day of them not having food. So,
Fuck.
Right.
yeah.
That's what I was afraid of. So Mollis is gonna head down and go do that.
Yeah, they, you can go get them food. When you, look at them, they are asleep, but you can see that there's, those bags, and you can see that they're definitely malnourished.
Yes. I'm gonna get them some extra food and drinks.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Fair.
At this point, I feel like just abandoning her on a tropical island would probably be like the kindest thing to do.
No.
I doubt y'all
Okay,
will.
got it.
You will have a fun time trying to convince Mollis of that to release a Navy
Oh, boy.
person.
Alright, are y'all ready for some volleyball?
Hell yeah.
So we're gonna
Yes.
move it over here, and we're gonna kick in some fucking music here, as, guess what? It's showtime, baby. You guys show up, and there's a few familiar faces here.
Oh, good.
So go ahead and let me know. So when you approach this volleyball court, you see Mr. Whiskers immediately flag them down as they don't seem to have a team to play with, and you notice 3 people straight away that
Oh,
seem
great.
familiar. 2 people from the tournament. You see that
I see.
Hua, the frog, the grung, is here. You also see that Chrono, your old opponent, is here. You also see does anybody recognize the that icon, the one on the bottom right
Yes.
underneath the frog?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay, so
Wait, bottom left, isn't that one of the 5 pirate captains, or am I misremembering?
bottom left, no.
Okay.
I will say this though. I don't know. Fuck. The sad thing is that Chrono, Dylan is the one person that didn't run into this character, so I can't even say that your character would know this. But Usagi, since you as a person do not remember this character, but you did run into him, same thing for Issa, aka Ublex, you may roll me a history check, the two of you.
Alright, here we go. That's a dirty 20.
You remember this guy. Issa is taking you a bit. By the time y'all have already started the match, that's when you'll finally remember, basically. But for a while there, you're just sitting there like, who is this guy? For Usagi, straight away you see that face. This is that fucking gnome that just stood on the side of the road. Actually, no, Chrono, you did see him. Never mind, you did see this guy. This is the gnome that had an insane amount of weapons on his back in Solus, near the museum, and was just kind of standing there, vibing.
Yeah, I also remember Chrono being freaked out by this guy.
Yeah, he's here for some reason.
Probably how this will play out is, like, Chrono kind of approaches the volleyball net. He would kind of, like... He would do that, like, kind of, like, look-up facial gesture that's, like, when you recognize someone in Tsukama.
Yeah.
Is what you said their name? He says, oh, you're, Kama, right?
Yeah, come on, Lean. You're Chrono, the guy that beat me up.
Yeah, no hard feelings about that.
No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Trust me, I do this all the time. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, you definitely look like you've seen a few battles in your day, that's for sure.
Well, I really haven't battled anyone, but I did choke a few people to death a few times. But, I mean, to be fair, they kind of deserved it. Navy and all that, you know that. There's also been a few pirates that have done that, too. But, yeah, it's just normal stuff. Everyday life, am I right?
Chrono would just stare at a minute, and then he would just clap his hands together and say, okay, cool, so, oh, volleyball, yes, I want to play volleyball.
Oh, cool, you want to play volleyball? Hey, Serafina, are you good with that? And that's where I will send the picture. This is, so, like, I want to mention everybody here that you have seen, they're set for beach attire. Like, Kama's, like, I mean, he already was set for beach attire. Man, the only difference is that his shorts are now swim trunks. The Grung is, like, wearing some swim trunks, just normal vibe. The gnome, who is normally covered to the teeth in weapons and wearing the heaviest fucking coat, is in swim trunks. Yeah, you can let that sink in. I feel like that's somewhat of a nightmare seeing that man. But,
I like to think when, like, they're just kind of, like, walking to the volleyball arena, I like to imagine the gnome is just already there, and just Chrono just jumps a little bit.
He
recognizes it.
He definitely, like, has at least once or twice now at this point already locked eyes with you. And that smile doesn't change. That smile is always there.
Chrono just gives a little wave with, like, the most nervous expression on his face.
He slowly raises his hand and slowly waves back and forth.
Chrono's just gonna mutter to himself, oh god, I'm going to die today, aren't I?
You'd also hear the lady that Kama was talking to respond back, as this is an icon that you guys hadn't seen yet. As you see this lady, most likely probably just like a satyr of some sort is probably the most likely degree. Just a pretty tanned person, blue horns, basically platinum blonde hair, and then just tank top and, you know, basically just like, it's not swimming attire, but it's just kind of like hanging out at like the beach type of attire. Just shorts and a tank top. Simple as that. But yeah, she would just kind of nod her head. It's just a simple sure. And you guys can get straight into the beach bite, aka your volleyball match. They will roll you guys the ball to serve. So whoever wants to start the serve may. You can start from the back or the front. It's completely up to you guys.
Front. Yes.
Alright, cool. I'm going to explain some rules real fast so you guys understand how this works. Serving is just a simple dexterity check. Because you can just miss the ball and it just hits the floor. And then you just gotta restart. It's literally just that. Like unless you roll a nat 1, in that case, you just send it out of bounds, and they'll just gain a point from that. Besides that, if you need to block and they're sending a volleyball back and you're trying to block, just acrobatics check. And then if you're trying to receive a ball, acrobatics check. And if you're trying to, well, send the ball back, acrobatics check. This is completely a dex-based game.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh my god, a dex game?
Yep.
I'm gonna win!
You should be in the back because you're so big, you could probably catch balls easier if they go to the back.
Okay.
So who are you swapping up into the front? Do you want Whiskers or do you want the giant hopper boy?
Usagi, you want to be in the front?
Okay, fine.
All right,
Alright, then.
you guys can move yourselves around as you please. Station yourself as you wish.
I need to check Rabbit Hop for a minute.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you'll be able to jump up above this net. This net isn't like crazy tall, because normally volleyball nets, I think if I remember right, are like normally just like 7 feet tall. So you'll be able to jump up.
I'm gonna point out, I can jump. I have a question.
Yeah.
Rabbit Hop, 10 feet. Can that go vertically?
Yes, I will say yes. It could technically go vertically.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you being in the front is absolutely the best thing.
Oh my god, I'm fucking Hinata. Just okay.
Hey, Ublex, I'm gonna move you because you forgot to move your token.
Oh good.
Alright.
You're all good. You're all good. And yeah, you guys are starting. By the way, Acrid, don't forget to boot up your roll 20. But yeah, you guys.
Right.
So Chrono, you are starting to serve, right?
Actually, sorry, I kind of did that impulsively.
Okay.
Hey, Reed, what's Usagi's dexterity, really quick?
Ho 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 ho. My dex is 19.
Okay, you're serving first.
Oh please.
All right. Go
Look,
ahead,
my
do that dex
dexterity's-
check.
How about
My dex is good at 16, but it's like, I want to win, so
Yeah.
like, Usagi can
Sure.
take care of it.
That's fair.
we
That's
should
fair.
make a wager.
Oh,
Okay. Also, I should say something. I fucked up on a little bit of one of the rules. Sending it back just will be the same thing as like just go ahead and like the initial serve, which will still be a dex check. So anytime you're sending it back,
Well,
it'll be a dex check.
Before we
Acrobatics. Yes?
start, how do we make this a little more interesting?
You'd see Pua from the back just go, "Oh, what are you thinking of?"
He pulls out 25 gold and
Pull out
The
25
lo-
rupees.
yeah, 20 rupees, yes. The losing team has to match it.
I'm down for that.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hell
you're the
yeah.
opportunist, aren't you, Usagi?
What?
Ever the opportunist, aren't you, Usagi?
oh, please, you should never turn down an opportunity to make free money.
This is
Fair
true.
play.
All right.
The only reason why I'm not doing more is because I have three other team members.
That's completely fair.
And
Yeah,
also
so
because if I throw around too much money, people are going to notice and rob me.
that is fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so basically what you two will do as an honor system is that you and
Yeah.
Pua will both put 25 rupees into like a small little pouch and then tie it
Yep.
and set it to the side. So whoever wins
Yep.
will get it.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. So you can either lose or win 25 rupees. All
Yeah.
right. As the match begins, go ahead and start your serve out with that dex check.
All right, here we go, baby. That would be yep. Okay. Come on, baby. That's a 9.
Oh man. Okay. So
Oh, my
this is gonna,
fucking
what
God.
this is that this is technically going to be a soft serve. So when you send this, it
Okay.
means that here's the best way to put it. So when it comes to blocking, as I said
Yes.
before, it is a acrobatics check. They just have to beat whatever the serve is.
Okay.
So the serve is the DC. So you've given them a DC of 9 to beat.
Fuck.
So
Fuck.
which way do you send it? Do you send it directly forward, where Kama and Pooh are lined up, or are you sending it more towards the middle? Tell me like where you're sending this
I'm
ball.
trying to send it to like the middle-ish.
Okay, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, pings will be very useful in this. So yeah, you immediately try to send it directly to the middle. And you'll go and see as Kama basically sidesteps forward, and he's going to try and block this. And let's see. Kama. That is a... You got lucky with this. Okay, so there's one more line of defense. So you see Kama with a dirty 7 in his acrobatics. You see him like sidestep and try to get in the way, but just like it like basically skins his hand. But there is a saving grace, and this is something that will come up for you guys as well when it comes to this, which is the fact this is where backliners come into play. These are people that are known to basically dive forward and try and catch something last second in case people miss it or it gets too far back. So you're going to see Pua immediately dive forward as well to try and like basically catch this thing. As he's going to roll acrobatics. This is the rogue versus the rogue. So we'll see how this goes. And he will beat this DC as he got an 11. So he manages to basically dive forward, put his hands forward, and just bump it up into the air. So it can be received. As one of the others in the group. So that means that he can no longer touch the ball. So he's going to hop back. As you'll see Serafina, as basically he sent the ball near, I'm going to go and try and ping it, to this area. So you see her basically jump, like just dart backwards, align herself, and then jump slightly forward and try to just spike the ball near Chrono, which I'm going to go and ping that, is right here. She's going for an immediate spike directly downwards. I'm going to go roll for a serve here. And she got a serve of dirty 13. So you need to roll me an acrobatics check if you wish to block this.
Oh, I can beat that. I got a +5 in acrobatics.
There you go.
I see Mr. Whiskers lurking up behind.
Yep, it's just in case if you miss.
And 16.
Yeah, so you'll be able to block it. So basically what you do is you just immediately push it out of the way. And they have one last second to try and... Because when you block, you're sending it back over the net because you're keeping it from even getting over the net. So essentially what they're going to have to do is they have one shot to even try to catch this. So Serafina, who's just landed, has a last second, millisecond to try and stop this from hitting the ground. What the fuck? She got a natural 18. Okay. As you see, as she like lands and she sees the ball already coming down, she immediately like drops to her knees and dives, like tossing it back up into the air. And because it's so close to the net, you have a shot to try and keep it over on their side, Chrono. So what you're going to do is you see your boy, Kama, run up, as the two of you are going to roll competing athletics checks to basically fight to see who can hit the ball. Because basically what you're doing is your hands are both going to be colliding at that ball at the same time, and then seeing who can push it through.
Got it. That's a +6 modifier for me.
All right, he got a natural 16 plus 5, so he got a dirty 21 on his end.
Okay, so I need at least a 16.
Yes.
If I understand this right.
Oh boy, here we go.
I think you guys have the same athletics. 18. Damn.
That's not good, bro.
So you see as like the two of as you're beginning to hop up for this ball, you see him lock eyes with you and immediately jump up to compete with you. The two of your hands slam against the ball, and it sounds almost thunderous as the two of you hit this ball. But you see as he like basically leveraged his hand in just the right way to where he slips it past your hand. As Mr. Whiskers is going to try and save this last second. Mr. Whiskers, what is your plus? Please be good. Because he has to be a 21. Which is going to be rough for a druid. Sadly, he will not get this with a dirty 12. As you see Mr. Whiskers try to dive for it, but his hand just doesn't make it in time. As he slides against the ground and the ball hits as they get the first point. You guys, I'm going to let you know. I don't know what the point system is for volleyball. I am not a sports expert. But what we're gonna do is that it's just gonna be basically the first to 3.
By the way,
this doesn't go on forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to fill in the audience really quick. Main reason why I'm not using like my time fruit powers is just because, I mean, that's really more or less for combat. I mean, this is just like a friendly game. Like that would just be overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use it.
I could, but Chrono has a little bit of like personal chivalry or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You'd also see that on the next match, they will give you the ball again, because you guys, since they got the point, you guys get the ball. You see that Serafina and Kama swap spots. So now Serafina is staring down at Usagi, and Kama is locking eyes with Chrono.
Oh boy.
Who's serving?
Actually,
do it.
one more detail before I forget. Chrono would probably... admittedly, I am a little curious if this person is actually a satyr. So Chrono just kind of swears in Sylvan after the first point happened.
So yeah,
Did
you
you
start.
react?
What do you say specifically in Sylvan for this swearing? I'm curious.
Fucking shit.
She looks at you and just goes, "Hey, it's all fun and games. Let's calm down now."
Chrono would just kind of suddenly blink and go, "Oh, you're a satyr. Good to know."
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways, Reed, redemption arc time, man. You
You got
got
Come
it.
on,
this.
I need to get a better serve here. Come on.
Redemption arc.
You got this.
It's the same!
No, you got a 9 again? Okay.
That's so fucked.
So
I'm not serving next time, you do it.
Got it.
here's what you do. This time, you're like,
I'm gonna
okay,
point
fuck.
out-
Last time I just jumped straight up and served it. Maybe I should make a running start this time. Yeah? What were you about to say?
I was gonna say... Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, no, never mind, that works.
Completely fair. Yeah, so you start doing like a running jump and you toss it up in the air and you spring forward and try to do an immediate slam, like an immediate spike on them. Because
Yep.
normally you don't do that to start off a set, but it's a good way to catch someone off guard. But it's also kind of disrespectful thing. But for your rogue, I'd imagine that's you would go for
Nope.
something like that.
No. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you try and do that. And she passed it just with her natural with a natural 13. She's rolling well. You see her immediately respond to it, and she just immediately bounces it straight up into the air, sending it backwards towards the gnome.
This is not gonna go well, is it?
You never
Can we wait for
know.
the gnome to do like some kind of Mario Sports ass animation critical strike on us?
I'm gonna point out that I can jump 10 feet straight up in the air, so if anybody sends it up too high, I'm gonna catch it.
All right, man. Hell yeah. Well, I mean, don't actually like catch it with your hand. Like that's a bad idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Can you imagine you try to play it like dodgeball? Yeah, no. So you see the dwarf, you see the gnome basically run forward and just bump it to the side, knocking it towards Kama. As the way
down.
volleyball works, third touch is the final touch. By third touch, you have to send it over. So you see Kama line himself up, jump back, and then spike, as he's going to be aiming towards Ublex. Now, Chrono or Usagi, one of you may call for it on who wishes to. You may try to block this.
Would I want to block this?
You want to block this? Okay, so it's going to be a acrobatics check.
Got it. What would I need to beat?
Actually, wouldn't it make more sense for a dex save for this? Because you're having to run to the side.
I mean,
know
you
what?
have to like basically throw your body in a certain position to hit it back.
You know what? We'll just keep going with acrobatics. I think that makes sense. That's what we're running with.
Alright, I would prefer that because I get a higher modifier that way.
The other reason why is because I don't want to be swapping up rolls last second. That starts causing confusion. So yeah, we'll keep with acrobatics. Yeah, as you're basically
Oh, that's
just
a
dart
23!
forward. Hell yeah, with a 23, yeah. So you you will block it. So you'll stop it from going over.
Alright, actually, really quick.
yeah.
So Chrono would just kind of like strap on his goggles at this point, and he would just say, "Not this time." And he would just do that, and yeah, as you say, block it, and he has like this big grin on his face.
Hell yeah. Now here's the question. Do you want to block it because of the positioning that's kind of happening here with how the ball is coming over? Did you want to block it directly at the net so they have to immediately recover, or do you want to try and block it so one of your people can send it over to possibly spike that DC even higher? This is a risk-reward type of question.
Mostly because I got a 23, and I would imagine that would be really hard to beat. I'm gonna send it back onto their side.
Okay, yeah, so basically instead of like taking a step back and then going back a little bit further to stop it, you immediately just made an immediate dodge directly up at the net and just put your hands up in just right format to where you're able to knock it to the side. You're going to see that Serafina is going to try and recover it. Serafina with you said that was a 23. She will not make that. And because people were in the back, they were not going to be prepped to be able to try and recover something like that fast. And Kama would have not had enough time to land back on his feet to try and do a recover last second. So yeah, no, that'll just immediately, that ball is just going to hit the floor. As you see Serafina basically try to move last second and dives for it, but just misses the ball. She just can't get to the ball fast enough.
Chrono would do something that's technically out of character for him at this point. He would just kind of pump his fist in the air and just go, woo!
Hell yeah. Yeah, you can hype yourself up, man. You see that Serafina would have combat rolled and then immediately moved back, and they're going to now swap once again. This is something that you guys can technically do. I'm keeping that as a reminder for you guys. How did I just flip comma like that? Whoops. There you go.
I flip comma.
I'd like to think after the gnome gets her at Chrono's area, Chrono's just gonna quickly go to Usagi. Usagi, swap with me really quick.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, because people can't see, obviously, Kama and Serafina are now in the back. Serafina taking the gnome's area, and Kama taking the frog's area. And the frog has taken Serafina's area, and, you know, the gnome's taken, you know, Kama's area. And now Chrono and Usagi have swapped directions. Chrono's on left side, Usagi's on right.
Reed, so you said you wanted me to serve this time?
You serve. My fucking rolls are bad.
Got it.
There is also,
he's
there is a
short.
giant massive slime.
Are you sure
that
you
is
want to
also an
keep
option.
serving? I got a 10 on serving, by the way.
I'm going to lose.
Alright.
I'm going to lose 25 gold.
So Chrono, you have the most mediocre. It's 1-on-1 by the way right now. You guys have a 1-to-1. I'm gonna actually write this in the thing. So right now this is the score, 1-to-1.
Okay.
So Chrono, you have the most mediocre serve. At least, like, it's just one of those things where you're like, all right, yeah, I can serve. You just throw it up, you hop up, and you send it. Like, simple as that. Where do you want to send it? Give me a ping.
Send it on the frog's fucking head.
Okay, so you're spiking
Yeah.
it. Got you. So you immediately try to send it directly down into the ground. Same thing as Usagi did, which didn't work well last time.
Oh, yeah.
As- Yeah.
Sorry, please continue.
As Pua with a natural 17, what the fuck? Just immediately, the best way I can put this, you see him bend down and then spring upwards as he is a grung, and basically skyrocket, sending it directly upwards. And it goes up in just that right position where it hits the sky and the sun's in just the right area to where the ball looks like the sun for a second, and then it begins to fall down as he jumps 10 feet back, and you see the gnome who is coming running from the side, comes running up with speed. And normally in volleyball there are two ways to do these sort of, there's a lot of ways to serve. Normally you want a stagnant position, so you're standing ahead of time, stopping your pace, and then jumping and then serving. He doesn't do that. It is an immediate, he is keeping that momentum as he literally sends this thing flying. As he's sending this diagonal. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I'm gonna pull up the measurement. He's sending it like this.
Got it.
As he immediately comes swooping in and sends it in a flying diagonal pace. And I'm going to ping right here, meaning that the only person that will possibly be able to try and stop this will be Usagi. Usagi,
Oh boy.
you have to beat. And what is his plus to Dex? I don't think he has a high, luckily for you. But the problem is that his natural was high. But since you're a rogue, you actually have a shot at this. So he got a dirty 20.
Alright.
So
Athletics, you said?
it would be acrobatics.
Fuck.
Damn, that was close too. Okay, so here's what happens.
Not doing well.
You, to be fair, these are a lot of y'all are getting high rolls, and the NPCs as well for some reason. You see him like spike it, and it's that last second like, oh fuck, and you try to dive backwards to try and stop it, but you just weren't ready enough at that time. And as you try and dive, you feel that ball skin your hands, but it just wasn't fast. It's just like a millisecond difference where you just weren't fast enough to be able to stop the ball as it hits the ground, as it is now 2-1.
Curse my short arms.
Fair. It is now 2-1. You guys now have the ball.
All right. I crave the redemption arc.
Okay.
All right. 22.
22. Yeah. So you immediately serve this. Where are you serving it?
I like to think Chrono, basically, he pays really close attention to everyone's movements. So like with this particular serve, he knows like, oh, okay, so that's the form for it. I got it now. Because I mean, if you're a martial artist and you don't know how to like imitate forms, I mean, yeah. So he is going to spike it right on the gnome.
Right on the gnome. All right, so you're going for a diagonal spike. So you immediately like throw it upwards, and you bend your knees, you jump up, and you act for a second like as if you're about to send it directly down at Pua. And last second, you shift your hand so you can turn all that momentum in a diagonal format, sending it directly towards where the like slightly behind basically the gnome, as the gnome has to basically like move back to try and like stop this ball essentially. And the gnome, that was a dirty 19. And you got a dirty 22. So you see the gnome basically dive back to try and shove it backwards, or shove it back up into the air. But again, it's that similar thing with Usagi. It skins his hand, but he just doesn't get it as it hits the ground, as it is now 2-2. As it is now their turn.
I love this game.
Oh man, you would just see the satyr just go, see? No reason to get mad about it, it's all good and fun. But I'm gonna be serving today.
Chrono nods to them.
As,
Chrono nods to her in agreement. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. As you are going to see her throw it up, and she's aiming directly for Ublex.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, man.
Hey man. As, oh my god, okay. You can try to block this. Oh, you really can. But I'm telling you right now, with a natural 19 plus 6, it will be rough.
I have a -1 dexterity as we speak.
Here's what I will say, Ublex, because someone else can try and also help you out by trying to do an initial block. But if it gets to
I can
Ublex,
jump 10 feet up in the air. Can I help with this?
you can try to dive forward to try and block it last second, but you will need to beat that dirty 25.
Okay.
Fine, I
right.
got this.
Okay, so we need like, is that athletics or acrobatics?
This would technically be acrobatics, but may I remind you, since two of you are here, only one of y'all would be able to jump up into this front area to try and stop it at the like net area, because otherwise you guys would collide. You can try to, but
I got +6.
Okay, +6.
Oh.
What do you got, man?
You!
What'd you
Oh,
get?
God.
No, you got a 12. Okay.
You absolute douche nozzle! Damn it!
So I'm gonna let you know this is all in slow motion.
Ice, please!
Usagi,
Ugh.
you bend your knees back, and then you literally just put all of your like strength and dexterity into your legs this moment, and you lunge forward into the air. And I'm gonna mention that like even after missing this ball, you see it fly past you, and it's just that moment of fuck. And you're gonna tumble over to here, almost crashing into Chrono in the process. Ublex, here's what I'm going to say for this.
Okay.
You have two ways you can handle this because of your size. You can try to do an acrobatics. You can try and do a dex save. Or, just because of your size, I will say this. If you really wanted to, you know what? Fuck it. You know what, we ball. I'm gonna do this.
Fuck it, we ball. I'm a ball.
You get a legendary reaction for this one time, for this specific minute game, because of your size. The music has stopped for some reason, even though I had it on loop. It untook itself off the loop. So here's the thing. You will be able to, with this legendary reaction, basically extend your body out temporarily for this one time to try and basically bump it back up. You won't need to roll. Actually, you will need to roll, but you'll need to roll a natural d20. There's no modifiers. And you'll need to beat a DC of 10.
A natural d20?
A natural D20, no modifiers. This will be your legendary gloop gloop.
Yes!
Okay. I really wanted you guys to be. I wanted you to at least have a positive of being massive right now. Because you don't have the boost that you would naturally get from this size later on in later levels. So, yeah, with that dirty 18, you at this moment, you know what? I'm going to let you say this. How do you distribute your body mass to catch the ball that was going to land, like, I'm going to ping it right here?
I'm going to... Ublex isn't even moving for this, okay?
Okay.
Ublex is like... Ublex stretched out like a little arm thing, pulls out like a big hand, and just moves it back up and out.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Like,
So
like
you...
serves it back or something. Like,
So, okay. Yeah, so...
throws it back on the court. Holy shit. Throw it back, Ublex.
You throw it back.
Oh boy.
Throwing it back. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, gotcha. Either way, basically what you do is you're saving it. So you won't be able to serve it, but you send it directly back up into the air. So now someone, unless you want me, Mr. Whiskers to, one of the two of you that isn't Ublex may try to serve it back.
I could do this. I could do this.
Alright, so you dart forward up to this area right here, basically to the middle line of your side of the court, as you position yourself for the ball. Where are you going to try and serve it? And go and roll me your acrobatics.
Probably. Let's say about here.
Hell yeah, so you're sitting directly towards Pua, left side, basically near the net. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd imagine Chrono probably wouldn't try anything funny because, I mean, how he sees it is like, holy fuck, this is so lucky, I gotta go now, kind
Yes.
of vibes.
Yeah, it's
And
not even.
that-
I want to mention that it's one of those. By the way, go ahead and roll that. By the way, but it's one of those things where, like, when you're running up here, you don't even have time to stop yourself to, like, you know, get the stop momentum and then jump up, serve, like, position yourself properly. It's one of those things where you're running back and immediately jumping up in the air with full momentum. You will crash into Ublex, by the way. And you're just
Prepare
sending this thing
pillow.
flying.
Got it. I got a 15.
Hell yeah! So that's gonna be the DC they beat. Question, Ublex. This is for you as a player on how you want to do this with your character, by the way. Do you want to absorb Chrono, or do you just want to send him back like a fucking, like, trampoline?
Slingshot him back.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I was worried because Chrono's shirtless and hot right now, you were gonna absorb it or something.
So, you came at a light diagonal when running for this ball, so you're gonna bounce back, like, basically, because you were on the left side of Usagi, and Usagi would have been a direct, like just move directly backwards, where you had to move directly backwards with, like, a light, like, shift to the right. So you end up, like, basically getting planted face forward, doing a nosedive into the sand, like, 5 feet behind Usagi. Alright. Pua sees the ball flying towards him, and he will miss this. He jumps up. You see him put up his arms. This is where back people come into play. You're going to see Kama try and do a last-second save, as he's going to dive forward to try and stop this, as he will miss. As you see Kama, he sees that basically Pua's about to miss this, like, block, essentially. And just immediately is like, oh, I will put wide, Pua. My bad. I stretched the token. He sees that Pua is, like, about to miss this. He starts running forward, takes the dive, and you see the ball. Like, not even, like, it's not just like, oh, it skims it. Like, you see where, like, it makes a light tap onto, like, the right edge of his knuckle. And it just bounces off the side of the knuckle and hits the ground. Because he wasn't able to get his adjustment just right to where he could send it upwards. Instead, it bounced off the side and bounced to the side instead of bouncing up. As that is the final round. You guys got it with 3 wins. It was close. It was a 2-2. You wrapped it up.
Clutched it. The Ublex clutch, bro.
The Ublex clutch. As the two of you would end your round of volleyball, you see Pua land back down and just go, wow, that was a good fight. Or, ball? You know what I mean. Have the money.
Chrono would... This is... From, like, everyone... From the other three's perspective, ever since they got to know him, he's always been this kind of, like, anxious wreck, essentially.
Yeah.
But he basically throws his fist in the air after the ball scores at third point and just screams, "Let's go!" Like he is actually having the time of his life right now.
Adding 25 gold.
Hell yeah. Mr. Whiskers, this is a fun little fact for Ublex. You see Mr. Whiskers in his natural and all of his cat glory go up to you, start climbing up you, and then lay on the top of you. As you just hear him go, it's like a waterbed, and then fucking passes out. If you wish to do another round, you technically can with these people, but they're otherwise just gonna kind of vibe and just kind of hang out, like on the beach area.
I'm busy waiting for frickin'. I'm busy waiting for.
Millie.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I did buy a bag of catnip last time, right?
You did.
Yes, you did.
Why the fuck is it not in my inventory then? I need to add it.
You forgot to add it.
Oops. Well, let me fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Chrono would actually two things. Chrono would like probably take a step forward. He would just kind of fist bump Kama and just say, "Let's definitely compete again some other time."
Oh, for sure, man. I look forward to it. I'm in matches all the time around the world. I always travel around doing tournaments, so if you ever want to have a volleyball match, or if you're ever in a fighting tournament near me, hey, I'm always open. You know it, brother.
Hey, I hear you. Anyone who can help me regain my true strength is someone I deem worthy to fight.
Now you're talking. Oh. But yeah, you can kind of get the vibe. He's a very energetic guy.
And then I want to also approach the satyr.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, how should I approach this?
Oh no. You trying to?
Don't flirt with her, man. Come on. I didn't know you were like Usagi.
That's Usagi.
I can flirt with her. I plus 4 charisma now.
I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in this. No. I'm not interested in this. Not high enough on the furry scale.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So Chrono would probably just walk up and try to give like a almost like proper introduction. He's going to be speaking in Sylvan, so no one else can really eavesdrop. It says, "So, you're the first satyr I've met in a long time."
Yeah. Satyrs aren't really seen that commonly, at least in these parts of the waters.
Fair enough. Any chance you might have... How should I put this? So, I'm looking for a specific satyr. Is there maybe any chance you've heard some specific information about them?
Do you have a name for me by chance or anything like that?
Hey, DM, what's Chrono's old mentor's name?
Yeah, I can actually get that for you right now. So what you're going to do, because it is a very old time, it's a very long time since you've talked to this man. And with you being as long as you are, and considering humans aren't supposed to live this long, you'll need to roll me a history check.
Oh, okay, got it. I'm good at that.
Because this is something that also Benjamin has to do, but he has to roll history checks to even remember a person's name sometimes.
Okay, fuck it. Can I use a rewind to give myself more time to think about this?
Normally rewind works more for like physical things. If you rewinded, it wouldn't really do anything for you in this scenario. So, yeah, with that thing, you would be drawing a blank.
So, Chrono would probably just kind of look up in the air in a second and say,
You might, I will say this, you do remember some very light features on how he looks, but keep in mind, this is a few hundred years ago.
Got it. Chrono would say something, look, I know this is gonna sound unbelievable, but the last time I saw them was about over 300 years ago. Shoot, he tries to describe some of the features on them.
Yeah.
And then he'll say, well, I've heard from a friend of mine that apparently they became a pirate, but I haven't been able to track them down. Information on satyrs has been very scarce since I recently started sailing. Yeah.
Here's a few little things that you will remember about him, by the way. You would remember that he had this like very, because like the things you're gonna remember are the things that were very different about this guy. This made him stick out. He had this like not a vibrant orange hair, but almost like as if his like orangish hair was almost like really dull. It was like almost like a rust. And he also had this very peculiar scar on his like under his left eye. Like it never went over his eyelid like normal scars would if you got attacked like by a blade near the eye. It was directly like directly underneath the eye and went downwards towards his cheekbone, but never really went over, which is a very distinct feature. Those are the two things you remember. So you would have made.
Okay, that's good, because if this satyr lady has seen his wanted poster, it should be, like, I mean, that is distinct enough to like recall to if she has.
Yeah. So yeah, she would kind of like, you see for a bit she kind of like basically look upwards to the sky and kind of put both of her hands like on the back of her head, kind of just like thinking. She just go, the only person that I can even think that might be that, there was a man or a satyr that went a little rogue a few hundred years ago, though that was before I was living. I think the name was Nash, but I don't think I've ever run into the guy, though I don't know if that's him.
Mr. DM, is this correct?
This is correct, or at least that you can think of. You can roll me another history check, but this is most likely correct.
Oh my god.
Would
12.
You roll? 12. I wouldn't say it's that hard for you to remember this, at least. Yeah, the name is indeed Nash.
Okay, Chrono would like, his eyes would like kind of widen, and he would mutter something in common this time. He was just saying, so he's really alive after all. And then swap back to Sylvan and says, this is a stretch, I'm aware, but do you maybe know where he might be last sighted?
You know what? So while I haven't met him outright, there's been two places that I've been to where he's been in the area, from what I know.
Okay.
A few years ago, I was in the underworld, and he was near there. But I also know for a while there was like a few sightings of him near like the Fey Sea. Though that's a bit of ways out. You're gonna need to get past the. Oh wait, hold on. And you see her like, this is an actual thing, as you see her like kind of like go to her luggage, where she has like a bag with like an umbrella, a bunch of stuff, because you know obviously she's just been kind of hanging out on the beach for a bit. You see that she starts pulling out this really complicated looking map. As fun fact, this is information for all the players, because everybody here would know this. The way the oceans work in this world is a bit weird. And not just that, there's a reason why they normally don't have maps for this world, which is the fact that the islands are almost in like an orbit similar to the planets.
Whoa.
So the Hell-Chained Islands acts as a center point, as it basically is built inside of a crater in the middle of the Earth. Basically, in order to get to the Hell-Chained Islands, there's a giant waterfall that drops downwards. And because this almost acts like a flushing, so over thousands of years, these islands have continued to move and shift, so meaning that they're constantly rotating. So it's almost become impossible to have a proper map, but there are maps that are meant to like help predict where an island might be located. The one thing though is that these islands always seem to stay in the same seas, so these seas rotate and migrate with the islands. So the Fey Sea always has the same islands.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. You would see her, and I'm going to actually pull this up so I tell you the correct information, because I don't want to tell you the wrong information.
That makes sense.
As she starts looking through, and she'll just go, well, right now we're in the Pacific Sea. You know, easy area, nothing's going to go wrong, weather isn't too crazy. If you want to get to the Fey Sea, you're going to need to get through the Lost Sea, which I'm going to recommend you be careful. There's almost no waves within that ocean. You're going to need to learn how to paddle.
Would an 5-foot-tall, incredibly angry fishman help do the trick, maybe?
I don't know if he'd be able to push the boat himself, but I haven't seen him, so I can't really say. You also need to get through the bottomless sea, which is the only other one that I can think of, and then you should be able to get to the face sea, but you should be careful in the bottomless sea.
Yeah?
The bottomless sea, from what at least, well, actually, you said you're hundreds of years old. You should know this. Are you new to like sailing or anything like that by chance?
Well, you don't really seem like you're affiliated with the Navy, so I might as well just tell you, but,
Oh no, I just travel.
my full name is Chrono D. Jeegan.
Oh, you're
owner
him.
of Time Fruit.
Oh no, I get it. Okay, so yeah, so you wouldn't know this. Okay, cool. So the bottomless sea has been known to harbor sea monsters, and big ones at that. There's also been a rumor for a few, hundreds of years, and you've definitely, I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard of this. There's a thing called the black-feathered serpent. At one point, the ocean kind of got out of balance. Some things may have threatened ocean life, and the god of the ocean may have, out of pure anger at the surface dwellers, made a giant ocean serpent called the black-feathered serpent, and it may be hibernating there, but we're not sure.
Ooh, wow, okay.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of Anglarians, Griegers, shark people that live in the bottomless sea, so make sure not to piss off any ocean people. But other than that, once you get through there, I know you should be passing by Gao. That's a pretty well-known island, as well as some other islands like Riha Blanco, Creo, things like that. But I don't know what course you're taking. There's a lot of islands in this world, so yeah, just be careful. Face Sea is also pretty crazy. There's a lot of. Do you know what my wild magic is?
I've heard bits and pieces of it, but I don't know all about the definite definition for it.
Wild magic is pretty heavily known. The goddess of the Fae made the Fae Sea because she chose, for some reason, to imbue a huge portion of the sea with Fae magic everywhere. So there's a lot of wild magic, Fae magic, that sorts of things over there. So if there's going to be any place with insane weather, it's going to be there. Please be careful.
I see.
That's where I'm from, so I would know.
Chrono would kind of like rub his forehead with like his hand, and he would just say, "Alright, well, first of all, thank you for telling me. I'll spare you my life story, but I'm trying to track down, well, 3 people in my life that I don't know how they're doing because of me. So, it sounds like that's gonna have to take a while, but it's a start, so, again, thank you."
I understand. And I wish you the best of luck with that, by the way.
Chrono would, like, nod respectfully, and he would probably decide to walk back on the ship to just kind of check on Malice, because he knew how sad his fish boy was doing.
So while you start walking back to the ship where Malice is currently not at, because he went to go deal with people, we're actually going to hop over to Malice.
Holy shit, I'm alive.
You're alive.
Work.
I did give you the option to join the volleyball thing, to be fair. You did have that option.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So, hey man, right, so you went to go talk with a very specific person. So,
Yes.
did you want to go and try and find the blind person you attacked, or the person you ripped the shoulder out of first?
So I'm going to go and while I'm walking to go and find the person I ripped the shoulder out of. If I see the blind girl, I'm gonna talk to her.
Alright, so you will be passing by the volleyball thing. So hell, I'll even say this, that Chrono, you begin to start turning around to like walk away, and you actively see Malice like passing by.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay, Chrono would probably try to get the Malice. He can't. Sorry, I just can't resist. I like to imagine like the sweat's kind of like blowing around him as he's like walking by, and there's just like another fairy tale anime wow effect.
Great, lovely.
Once he catches up, he'll say, "Malice, hey, how you doing?"
Oh, I'm fine. Just in my own head. Gonna go find where they keep the injured and set some things right.
You're going to apologize to her, I take it?
That and help if I can. If I can only just pay for it, I'm going to.
Tell
She
you what.
deserved to have her shoulder ripped out.
Tell you what. I'll be more than happy to tag along, but I won't get in your way. I'll just be there if you need someone to back you up, or if it gets hairy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That's me as a player going, oh boy, here we go. The monks are walking around.
Here comes the monks. All right.
The speed fuckers.
Okay, I will say, like, from Acrid's perspective, like, Chrono seems like genuinely concerned for you, but more as if, like, as a genuine friend instead of, like, oh man, this guy's fucking sad, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, I figured as much. Mollis is, while being terrible at showing it, you can tell he is a bit appreciative of like, oh, okay, cool. Great, I get to find these people and apologize. Because I kind of feel bad for how I beat up the blind woman.
Yeah.
That's a different thing for him. He's like, God, fuck. I kind of feel bad to everyone. The grung seems fine, so I don't feel too bad for him.
You see the grung like very lightly look at you, just kind of like wave. Like
Yeah,
it's just
no,
a simple,
Moss
yeah,
wave
nah,
back.
man, I get it.
Yes, he's like, it's like, I'm gonna go find the people that I'm not sure are alive.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. I will mention that Millie will find Usagi
okay.
shortly after this, but because we haven't done a single thing with Moss, I'm gonna hop to Moss with this, and then we're gonna come back with Usagi, and we'll go from there. So, Mollis, you're gonna walk. Basically, what you're doing, you're gonna go to that same building from before. They do have like an infirmary in case people get like genuinely injured. They normally take care of their people.
Right.
Which is a good thing.
I just realized Chrono's gonna stand out shirtless, shoeless, sweaty. Oh well.
in like swim trunks too.
No, he's still wearing his normal pants.
Brother.
Yeah.
So you're telling me he was playing volleyball in dress pants.
Yep.
Of course.
So your legs are purple and numb.
I mean,
Oh, good
Chrono
lord.
seems fine.
Oh man. Okay, either way, you guys eventually would arrive towards the tournament area, and you can just basically just kind of like let the person up front just know, like, hey, yeah, I'm here to see the person I murdered, Kanani.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's probably how that goes. Moss, the person I tore the shoulder out of,
Yeah, you just
ring a bell. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like ring a bell.
Yeah.
I like to think Chrono is just kind of like in the back, tries to catch like the perspective of who Malice was talking to, kind of making a hand gesture like, it's cool, nothing bad is gonna happen.
Yeah, God, I'm looking at it. It's just like from afar, Chrono in the distance with two thumbs up, like just like shaking his head, like yeah, this is all good. Don't worry. Yeah, like.
I don't know if that's more concerning. Like that's more concerning to the person who's trying to be like, yeah, I can let you in. Should I?
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, it's just this half elf that's like running up the area. He'll just kind of nod to you and just go, yeah, just go ahead, take a right there, and then you'll get to the hallway. Just go through. I know it says employees only, but it's also an infirmary, and technically our fighters are technically employees temporarily. So you're just gonna go straight through that doorway. It's gonna lead you to a hallway. It's gonna be the third door on the left. It'll lead you to the infirmary area.
Got it.
So
I shouldn't be here long.
fair enough. Do whatever you need to do.
I like to think Chrono would like just slowly walk after Malice, and he just kind of like gives like a thumbs up to the high elf before walking into the hallway.
He just kind of like gives you a thumbs up back, like, feel free to ever come back if you ever want to do another fight.
Oh, noted.
This is the same guy that, by the way, signed you guys up. So
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right, yeah.
yeah.
They have 4 employees, one of which is a goblin.
You have the referee. You have the guy who actually owns the place, which is probably the elf, the half elf that you dealt with. And then you probably have like 2 clerics for infirmary, actually probably 2 clerics for infirmary. You probably have like 1 person for like the announcers. Essentially, what you're dealing with. It's still a small island at the end of the day, but they're also like a tourist small island, if that makes sense. So, they still have to keep it somewhat like, you know, staffed.
Yes.
But yeah, you'd get into the area. There is like you would see that there is this like goblin taking care of them, and I actually have an image for this. Funny enough, hold on. This was in case any of y'all got genuinely injured in the fight. Like in case like y'all rolled like an enemy rolled a nat 20 on you, they could have possibly injured one of your characters. Fun fact: when it comes to fighting tournaments, that is a thing.
Nat 20s are dangerous, everyone. We learned this.
Yes, that is a system I've had for a long time, but normally I don't mention it that much. You see this little guy just kind of like helping him out. It's this little goblin with these big old circles, glasses that are like probably like half the size of his head. Big old hazel eyes, little smile, little like Hawaiian shirt, like just has like purple and red like type of like gradiency, and a white shirt and some like cargo shorts basically with like slicked back brown hair. You just see him like push up these glasses and just go, I think everything should be good. Yeah, just rest. Don't move. If I come out tomorrow, if I come back later from my fucking break, and you're gone, I will find you, and you will be brought back. And you see him just like, you look to you and just go, oh yes, and just walks out.
By the way, really quick, I would just say Chrono would probably be like standing by the door, like he wouldn't go in. He'd just let Malice do all the talking, of course. He's just kind of there in case of like it gets dangerous or something like that.
Fair enough.
For the
I'm not trying to rip the shoulder out of anyone else. If I can avoid a fight, I fucking will. With my 8 charisma, I'll talk my way out of it.
But yeah, she's currently like sitting up on the bed, just kind of like that entire side of her shoulder is just completely wrapped up with bandages. But she would just kind of lock eyes when you go. She would just kind of look to you and just go, "Good fight."
Yes, you too.
Thank you. I had a good bite there, I'll tell you that much. I'll be honest, it's not every day that I go to a tournament and I get my shoulder bit. That's not a common occurrence.
I can't imagine it would be. Especially not with how current things are.
Yeah. Well, either way, did you just come over here to say hi, or what's going on?
Well, I came more over to apologize.
That's nothing to apologize for. Things happen. Sometimes people get injured. It happens. I've injured more than enough people myself by accident. At the end of the day, you're just trying to win, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Also, more instincts made things that fight a bit more personal, I guess. I don't know.
It's okay. Don't worry. I've gotten fiery a few times and may have accidentally come to my rage a few times within fights in the past, and may have set people on fire, leaving them scorched with third-degree burns. So no, I get it. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. You see that look of like, all right, I feel less bad now. Especially because the person I'm talking to has actively given people third-degree burns. And it's like, I've done this. I fucked a man up. I feel bad.
It's also just her admitting like, yeah, no, I have a short temper. I understand.
All right, cool. I feel like, as weird as this is to say, it's like, cool. Out of all the people I could have injured, fucking great, it was this one.
Honestly,
the actually understanding person.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, no, she would just go, also don't worry about like I guess, bills or whatever, because I know I've been injured before in the past, and a lot of times the newbies or people that haven't been injured before will normally come back and be like, oh, I'll pay part of the bill or whatever. You don't need to worry about that. The infirmary stuff normally for these fights are normally paid for themselves, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I was more willing just to cover whatever you lost.
Oh, no. I mean, entry fee is not that bad anyway, so... I don't know if he gave you an entry fee. Normally he'll... I've been to this area a few times, and normally he'll give pirates free entry simply because, you know, cover and publicity and all that, you know.
Yes, I'm with the Chrono Pirates, or the... We're called the... Catastrophe Pirates. He would just say that, like, I'm off the Catastrophe Pirates.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
I can at least guarantee you this, that if you ever plan to, I guess, settle down at some point, this is a safe area to live for your people. Navy can't get near this place. The guard captain here is pretty damn strict. Anytime they even try to do anything, he's immediately shut them down.
I think I saw that happen behind me at least once.
He's steered away a few generals before, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, like that part catches my like, wait a fucking minute.
Yep.
No fucking hold up, you scared away generals? Hold up.
Yeah, he's a bastard. I tried fighting him once just for the fun of it, and he nuked me. That's the best way I can put it. I might as well have fought my patron.
That's a comparison to hear from one of you from a warlock. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, now you have a little bit of extra little fun information of, hey, yeah, no, this guy's up, he's fucking hurt.
Yeah, fucking ow. I'm in pain. I'm dying.
The idea that this is also something that would be kind of established for, I feel like, is a thought process for you now as a character mollusk that you kind of get the idea of. But if an island does not have Navy protection and actively is holding Navy away, they either, one, have been very lucky that the Navy hasn't sent a general yet, or two, they have a very strong motherfucker guarding that place. And in this case, it's a very strong person that can keep the Navy at bay.
Hell.
Because, like...
Alright.
Yeah. It's similar
I like
with,
this guy.
It's the same thing with, like, the pirate emperors and the empress, which is the fact of, they're strong enough. Like, yes, if you sent 5 generals, maybe you'd stand a chance. But, like, is it worth it? You might lose 3 of your generals. So, like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's not worth risking manpower, including when you know it's hard to find powerful people like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
So while you guys are starting to kind of like wrap up that little area, we're gonna bump over to Usagi for a little bit here. Usagi, are you still at the volleyball area, just kind of hanging out, or like where are you?
Waiting for, I'm basically waiting for Millie to show up.
Alright, cool, yeah. So, like, you're kind of just hanging around in that... By the way, Ublex, real fast, right before I give him an answer on the Millie bit.
Oh, no.
There's a few stuff in the town, and you can choose to go somewhere, or you can choose to stay at the volleyball court. It's up to you. There's the ship, obviously. There's the volleyball court, obviously. There was a fighting tournament, which already happened, so there's no fighting tournament. You'd just be going to an empty building, basically, which is, like, whoever's injured there. There is technically a market. But, like, there's no, like, crazy shop. It's, like, just, like, every day, like, oh, come buy your fruits type of market.
Okay.
There is a item shop, but they sell just, like, random nicks and bobs. So it's not like you're going to find any special weapons, but you might be able to find some really interesting items. And then there's also just a tavern called the Oceanic Bell Tavern.
Oceanic Bell Tavern. That's a good name.
Thank ya. I was happy when I came up with that one. But where would you have wandered off to?
I'm gonna wander off to the tavern.
All right, cool. Mr. Whiskers is
Funny
riding on
because
top
they're
of
just
you.
taking Mr. Whiskers
Oh,
with
boy.
them basically a passenger.
100%. Okay, so you
Goes
saw.
on me, get him off.
This cat walk anywhere, and if he's not in strong mode, because every time we hear about Mr. Whiskers when he goes anywhere as a normal cat, he is just sitting on top of or riding along with someone. Like,
Oh, good lord.
I mean, hey man, if you can and you barely weigh anything, wouldn't you?
yeah.
But-
What's it gonna hurt you? You don't have a spine anyway.
exactly. It's like a waterbed, man. And he just got done playing a game. Cats are known to like have quick energy zoomies and then pass out, and that's exactly what he's done.
Man's asleep on the fucking giant blob.
Basically. Are you? By the way, are you in blob form or are you back to being a woman?
I'm blob. I can't like be
Okay.
in human form like this.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you'll head on over to the Oceanic Bell Tavern, and Usagi. So you
All right.
feel like on the back of you a little tap on your back.
Oh.
Hello. I'm back. How are you doing today, Usagi?
Good. We were busy playing volleyball and we won.
Oh, good job. I'm hoping it was fun, I would imagine. It's a good way to boost up your dexterity, at least.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Unless you're planning on having, like, any, like, random conversations with her, it would essentially just be her training you again today. That is the main gist. She'll basically, for training today, do the same thing that she's done before, as it's kind of like the best way she can train you to kind of gain a more subtle stealth.
This is the second day we're here, right? Or is this the last
This is
day?
technically the third day you've been here, but it's been the second day of training. Because, if I remember correctly, you didn't start talking to her until the second day. If I remember right. Am I wrong on that?
Okay,
Yes.
so
Okay.
if we're not, if we're leaving tomorrow, then
Yeah, if you're leaving tomorrow,
Correct.
this would be your last day of training, technically speaking.
okay, good. After training, I figured we could, I don't know, get some dinner or something.
Go and roll me that persuasion check.
Oh, please, God, dice! I need. Okay, Roll20's been treating me like shit.
If you want
want
to use something else, go for it.
I'm gonna use D&D Beyond.
All right, man, you got this.
That's 23.
23, let's go, buddy. All right.
Yes, getting
Yeah.
rolls that matter.
Hell
Come on,
yeah!
Dave.
So you win her over with this. So like she's like you see her like think about it for a bit and just go,
Oh.
sure, I'd be happy to. I know there's a tavern nearby. After training, I'll go and get ready for it, and I'll meet you around 7 p.m. How does that sound?
That sounds lovely.
All right. And yeah, throughout the rest, you guys will finish up your training eventually throughout the day, and you'll eventually get to go meet up with her at the tavern.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah, you got yourself a date, man.
Yes!
Hell yes. Okay, Mollis, Chrono, little short
Eh.
hands. Where are you going, or are you continue your conversation with this lady? I feel like that was a very wrapped end conversation, unless you planned on going somewhere with that Mollis. But
Not really. I'm gonna let her live her life. No.
fair.
Probably what would Chrono do is like right as like Malice comes out of the door. Oh, so God, this joke is so stupid. I like to think he has like the hand in the back of his head. His foot's he has like 1 foot lead against the wall. Anime wow sound effect again.
Oh,
And
man.
he'll just say, "Well, you feeling better, man?"
Yes. She seems more than capable of handling herself, and also this place seems to be actually half decent.
Chrono would just kind of give like a low supportive tap on Melissa's left arm, and he kind of starts walking with both hands in the back of his head, and he says, "Man, sorry, I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic, weirdly enough. You know,
Mm-mm.
there's someone I still wish who was around I could introduce you to. you and her, I think you would have been incredibly good friends.
Possibly. You don't mind me asking who?
Oh. They're, Samantha is her name. My best friend, and I also may have permanently frozen her in a time bubble for over 300 years, so... Yeah, still haven't really figured out how she's gonna react to that when I figure that out, but,
Ooh.
Well, good note, she hasn't aged? Or maybe she I don't know. I don't know how anyone in that bubble's doing. I didn't even know there was a bubble.
Well, that was how I got locked up after all.
That suddenly makes sense.
I started thinking about...
Miles has been unaware this entire fucking time on why the fuck you were in jail. All he knew is like, this dude's got time powers and he's in jail. He has read nothing about why you're in jail.
That's fair. That's fair.
He was like, I'll find out eventually. Maybe. Or I won't. Oh well.
Frodo would just kind of huff and say, well, if my time powers are to be understood correctly, most of the time, nobody would be aware that I actually activated them. But I started thinking about her again because I'm trying to locate her father and, well, to be completely candid, apologize for getting her daughter trapped in a time bubble for over 300 years. And I may have just learned that's going to be way, way, way more difficult than I thought.
Just a fucking sigh. Of this, like, well, nothing can be easy, so we'll figure it out.
You would see, while you guys are walking through this, like, imagine you're talking about this while you're going through the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are going through this hallway, you also see that Pike is approaching.
Pike.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
So, yeah, he would just kind of give you a nod, just go, I'm gonna go check on the woman. I'm gonna go heal her shoulder a bit.
She's got a goblin healer who seems quite intent on keeping her healed.
You know what he's done so far on, like, the bandaging and all? Is it just bandages?
I was fully bandaged up when I got there.
I'm not trying to be
okay.
mean, but I
Chrono,
doubt
like...
he's a cleric.
Okay, Chrono suddenly
Have
claps
at
his
thee.
hands
That's just
together.
it's the have at thee. I'm not gonna try and stop you. I can't.
Okay. I'm sorry if I'm like interrupting and whatnot. I'm just words are hard. Anyways, Chrono would just kind of like clap his hands together and just say, okay, you know what, Pike, as the captain, I politely request you to go put healing magic on that lady.
Got it, boss. He just keeps walking forward.
Good job. You told him to do what he was going to do anyways. Now you have to take responsibility for what he does. And Moss just keeps walking because now technically it's an order instead of him just choosing to do it. Now he's been told to do it. So now Chrono is responsible for Pike's actions, and Mollis is pointing that out.
Okay. After Malice says that, you are going to get the dirtiest glare from Chrono.
And Kamalis just chuckles. Because that is some shit he would find funny.
Oh, man.
You know what, Malice?
Just the... What? It's funny. It's a little funny, at least.
No, you know what? No. Screw you. I've been trying to get used to being a captain, and as far as I'm concerned, that's a good start.
It is a start.
Yes.
Oh, Captain me, Captain.
Yeah, it's like Mollis just says it's a start, yes, and he says nothing more while just looking at you with this look of you've done something now. as captain.
No,
At the
stop.
beginning.
Say fucking, you've done something.
Probably
Yes.
Chrono would sound really defensive throughout all that, by the way.
Yeah, no. I would have mentioned Mollis has this flat tone that does not change through all of it. Excluding when he chuckles about you now telling Pike to do it, so now you have to take ability for what Pike does. So in Mollis's mind, if the goblin, he knows, he's thinking about it, if that goblin tries to stop Pike, Pike is definitely going to be punching someone, which is why he mentioned that. Like, you wouldn't imagine the goblin would try to stop him, but it's still that thing of, if anyone tries to stop the random dude from healing, it's not gonna go well for the person.
Oh man.
Chrono would probably just kind of wander off at this point from Mollis.
Mollis is now following you, because you chose to follow him.
So here's the question before we hop over to Ublex. Chrono, since you're going to be leading this duo temporarily, where are you wandering to?
Brother hit the wander button. He doesn't know.
Good question.
There is also the
Well,
library, right? That was a thing, if I remember right.
I have an idea.
Oh,
I have an
okay.
idea that I think could be funny.
okay.
Nits, if you just, because technically Chrono hit the wander button, if you just have like a d6 of locations he could be going to, all Chrono gets to do is roll a d6 and figure out where he is.
I'm down to do that if he wants to.
Because
You know
it's literally
what?
just you hit the wander button, you don't know where you're going.
You know what? Fuck it. Fine. I'm done with volleyball. To be honest, I'm not really that interested in the library. I'll roll a d6.
Alright, roll your d6.
Alright,
I think
one
that's the-
second.
I think that's the funny way to do that. Well, you said wander, so
Alright, got a 1.
You got a 1. Okay, that... God. Okay, everybody's gathering into the same area by the looks of it. So you're going to eventually find yourself near the Oceanic Bell Tower.
Of course.
oh boy,
Oh man, okay, great, lovely. Right.
chaos.
That's
Let it
awesome.
ensue.
Let it ensue. That is all I can say for that at this point. Right, so you're gonna make your way over to there, but there's someone that already is there, and that's Ublex. Ublex.
Can she get through the door?
See, I'm about to get to that. So I would say by the time all this is going on, it's probably like 2 p.m. Like, y'all have spent a decent amount of time hanging out with people, playing volleyball, checking out tournaments, or checking out injured people from tournaments. All of this fun stuff. You arrive at this Oceanic Bell Tavern. It is this, think of like a tiki hut, but it's a massive one. But this door is, well, right. So, if you condense yourself down into like a more humanish form,
Oh
technically,
wait!
this is why I was asking you, because right now, technically, because you're not condensed into human form, you're this size.
Wait,
My.
Because
I
you're
need
a
to s-
blob, so you take up a 3x3.
I don't think
I
I'm
need to
gonna
see
go in
this.
this tavern.
Yeah, could you
Hey,
show up at the?
so,
Mhm.
I
okay,
need to
so
see this.
basically what Chrono and Malice walk in on is just the equivalent of trying to cram a triangle peg into square hole.
Oh man.
Excellent.
So here's the thing. So when you
Oh.
start going up to this to this door, you kind of look in and you realize that it was at least like 2 blocks wide, 10 feet wide. Because sometimes you'll have things like centaurs come in, and centaurs are a bit on the bigger side. Or sometimes you'll find Yanti people that have more snake body than more humanish features. Because there are some Yanti out there, fun fact in my world, that don't have the human legs. They end up having the whole tail and everything. So some Yanti end up being way more snakish. Which I don't know if you thought he would be interested in that because predatorial.
It depends.
It depends. That's fair. But yeah, so
They need fangs. They need fangs.
since you're not decompressing yourself, would you at least try to look into this tavern? Okay.
You're gonna like
So you like.
blob from the window.
Oh god. Okay, so you like put like you're like a block, like you just smash up against this window, and for anybody else that's in here and tries to look through that window, they just see like it's almost like the window's been tinted like like a bluish color. Because for anybody else, it's like because they can see through you, they're just seeing like a blue tinted form of the outside world, and you see like one of the guys that was sitting at this window like look forward and go like, wait, and like do a double check. Like he was just gonna glance at it and then look back at the guy he was talking to. But you see him do a double check, like, hold up. And you see him just immediately look back to his friend and just start talking as like he's probably just asking like, hey man, it's like, was that like that? Like it's definitely and most definitely probably a double check. But you can see that there is actually, I'll show you, I do have a picture of the person at the bar. Let me grab them. But you do see a goblin. As you can probably guess that goblins are native to this island. Because y'all have seen a lot of goblins here. A lot of the, like,
Goblin.
goblins. You see this lady. A pretty decent hourglass here. But we're dealing with, like, a, like, pretty greenish goblin.
Wow!
She's wearing that, like, like, that natural default D&D, like, barmaid dress where it has, like, the white bit for around, like, the chest and the sleeveless sleeves, basically. And then when it goes down, like, near the stomach and downwards, it's, like, this dark, like, brown, almost. But there's a little bit, there's, like, a little patch, there's, like, little patches where it's, like, has, like, this, like, green, like, yarn or some type of, like, cloth material that kind of goes over in little, like, random spots with some, like, green, like, floral flowers and leaves that kind of decorate it nicely. She also seems to have like a greenish flower in her hair. She has this, like, dark, it's like a very dark green, but almost like a blackish hair and this, like, emerald eyes. There's a lot of green going on with her color scheme. And then these, like, leather brown, boots that almost go to these. They're like halfway up the calves, basically. But it's one of those things where she's definitely a barmaid. I mean, she's maybe had to fight some people, because normally goblins are a pretty skinny race. But she's got a lot of fucking muscle in the legs. So there's a shot she's maybe had to stand up to some people in the past. Or she just genuinely takes care of herself and works out. But overall, there was like a little bit of muscle on the arm there too. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, she maybe has had to fight in the past. But you see her kind of like serving up drinks. They're way more, it's not even like the normal rum. I should mention this. The type of drinks she's serving are more like martinis type of stuff. Like like every single drink, every single cup that she's bringing up and putting onto the bar has these like fruits like put onto the edge. Like it's like different types of fruits. Like there's like limes, lemons, just all sorts of stuff just being kind of like put onto the side of it basically with a straw. And it's paper straws, no plastic here, Chief. Fun fact, there's no plastic in my world. Now you know, unless the Navy makes it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell no.
God, dude, if the Navy, that's a fucking arc.
They'll do it. I don't doubt
The
it.
Navy
They're
learns
racist
the
as fuck.
Industrial
They'll do it.
Revolution.
Behold
Do it.
the Navy's ultimate weapon, an empty six-pack plastic ring.
Oh my god.
That would be fucking wild. It's like, how are we gonna kill the ocean people? Listen, that one guy, like, listen, I've got an idea. What if we start selling plastic straws? Everyone at the meeting, like, what? Why would we? Wait. Weaponize society. But no, what is your passive perception, Ublex? And I'll see whether or not you notice any interesting people in the tavern.
It's 11.
11. Okay. I'd say there's like one interesting person you'll at least notice. Now here's the question. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have you roll dice. Roll me a natural d20. And that's gonna tell me what person you're gonna see here. What'd you get? 15. Okay, so this is probably something you'll be at least a little bit more interested in out of the group of lots of people that I have here. Cool. So you see a half-orc, lady. And no, it's not Karori. But it's a half-orc lady, similar dress. It's that same, like, it's similar to that, except there's no sleeve. It's almost like the white bit that kind of connects forward is more like tank top-ish-esque.
Stop giving me women!
Listen, it was like 1 to 10, it was a man. 11 to 20, it was a woman.
So I'm surrounded by women.
Oh, great.
No sleeves on the dress, white, has like a few buttons, so it's a button up. She only has 2 of the 5 buttons buttoned up, so you can see a little bit of cleavage in the process. Stomach and down is that same like similar brown, except this is a little bit of a darker brown with a very light brown, almost like a hazel brown type of like ribbon that's tied around the waist, almost like a belt basically. She has this like dark brown hair that's kind of put up into like braided up into one long ponytail. More like the top right of what you see in that image, but then the like top left, more just the like top right. But that's the lady that you see. She's just kind of sitting at like a table, just kind of at the like bar, basically like taking a drink. Yeah, that's what you see though. That's what you see when you look in. Missing out, man, big time.
Oh man.
Oh man.
It's okay. I can walk out in the lands.
You're gonna walk around the lands? Okay. I will also roll for the barkeep to see if they notice that you were there. That is something that should be brought to attention. They were a little busy, that's fair. So she wouldn't notice you. There's always a shot that the barkeep just tries to, like, go out of their way to, like... If you ever can't get into a building because you're too big or something like that, sometimes barkeeps will try to keep an eye out with the windows so they can go up to the people and kind of, like, serve them outside. But she didn't notice you, you just stick around. So, yeah, you'll just continue to wander. Or do you want me to roll that d6? Or do you want to roll that d6, see where you wander, or do you have a specific area you want to go?
Roll d6.
Alright, go and roll your d6 and we'll see where you go.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, gotcha, cool. I will come back to you in a bit with that, and you'll find out where you ended up at. As you just start to, like, basically, like, slowly and sadly, just slime your way through town. I'd say by now, like when Chrono and Mollusk will approach the Oceanic Tavern, it is now like 3 p.m. Usagi, by now you would have just started to like wrap up on your training.
Right.
So where do you plan to go? Because you still have 4 hours before your date.
Good point. You know what I need? I need better clothes. I've been wearing this freaking robe for weeks.
That's true. You've been wearing that kimono for ages.
Disgusting.
I wash it, presumably.
Disgusting. Stinky boy.
Yeah, I need like a... Is there a clothing shop in this place?
Yes, technically that would just be like in the general market where you can get like the normal foods and stuff. So yeah, you can go to the general market. That's
Right.
like, since you're near that, because like the volleyball area was near like Half Point, you guys kind of trained within like the main town area, which is near that spot. So it'll take you like maybe 30 minutes to get there. So yeah, you'll make your
Okay.
way while we hop into Chrono and Mollusk, but you'll make your way to the market to go get yourself some new clothing. So while I go through Chrono and Mollusk, you can figure out exactly what you want to try and buy from here. But I'll keep in mind,
Excellent.
the one thing you'll be able to get from here is like, this is more tropical stuff. So keep that in mind. That's the type of clothing you'll be able to get. It's way more tropical.
Okay, cool.
Meanwhile, we've got Mollusk and Chrono. You guys are making your way. Chrono, you're like wandering around for like an hour, like, I don't know where I'm. And then you see in big bold print on this tiki hut, Oceanic Bell Tavern.
Okay, so I'd like to think Chrono stops to look at like the big ol' sign. Then as he looks down, he just suddenly sees Mollusk right there and just jumps. And he just says, "Okay, why are you still following me?"
I did what you did to me.
What?
You followed me, I followed you.
Okay, but in my defense, yours seemed a lot more important. I'm just doing diddly squat over here.
I have nothing better to do.
Uh-huh. Right.
Other than making sure the person we have... and he would say this part to telepathy is other than making sure the person we have captured can eat. I've done that. I have nothing else to do.
I like to think that, like,
Fair.
Chrono takes a minute to process that, and then his eyes... it's kind of like an anime effect where, like, the eyes wide out, and then they shrink. As in,
You're like, wait, oh shit.
exactly. And then Chrono says, okay, good point. Right, they might have food here. Do, do, do establishments in this area still have one of those no shirt, no shoes, no service policies?
You don't see a sign for it.
Malus looks at himself with his, like, monk robe, and he's like, I don't know. I've never worn shoes. I've never had a problem.
Chrono looks at his sweaty abs, tries to rub the sweat off. Anime wow sound effect part 4.
Yeah.
And he'll just say, well, have we... Okay, I know I've sort of left myself out of that whole decision-making process. Do you even know what you're planning to do with them at this point?
We'll figure that out later.
Okay, so that means no. Got it.
It's also, from what I'm understanding, Chrono's saying that out loud, and Malus is more okay with not talking about that out loud.
That's fair.
Yeah, you get that part mentally of, no, I just don't want to discuss this in the open in the middle of a town. This is more of a, no, we'll discuss that later, and then we can figure out what to do with her. It's almost like, I don't know, I haven't figured that out. I'm not the decision maker.
Okay, I like to think, like, after a few minutes, Chrono would just say, so you want to punch each other?
What?
boy.
Yeah, you want to spar?
Here?
Yeah.
In front
I
of
know
the
there's a-
tavern?
Malus just goes, I know there's a guard here that could flatten both of us with his finger. I'm good. We can do that on the boat.
Okay. And Chrono's gonna walk off to the boat, because I
I would
cannot...
mention, that is just, if Malus was not aware of the fucking guard, he might have said yes, it was a roll. But because he was aware of the guard, it's like a, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna get flattened by a dude who can take on Navy generals and win.
Got it. Probably, like, the only other thing I can imagine related to the tropical island is, like, the tiger reporter guy still around, or...
You can roll a perception check.
Got it. Because I was thinking, okay, well, if this guy's, like, a reliable source of information, it runs into Chrono again, maybe that might be important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Malus signed up for it, so at least Malus will get information.
That's a 12.
You do not see him.
Got it.
Yes. So you'll
Yeah.
spend like the rest of your time basically making your way over to the ship. We're gonna cut over to Usagi. Usagi, what are you getting for your clothing?
Okay, I'm gonna get like a Guy Fieri style Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
What else am I gonna do?
That's fair. Yeah. So yeah, you just get
I
yourself
need
a
something
Guy
a little more
Fieri
casual,
shirt.
man.
Hell
Something
yeah.
a little more casual, man, in this stuffy robe. That and a pair of shorts.
Fair enough. Yeah, so you can get yourself easily like that type of stuff. Clothing, it'll just be like 10 rupees. It's nothing too crazy. You take 10 rupees away, but like, you know, you get yourself a nice Hawaiian Guy Fieri shirt.
Also, I
and
need
yeah, some shorts.
Also, I need sunglasses.
Oh, some sunglasses. They'll be just like another 5 rupees.
Yes.
It's not bad.
Just completely destroying the Japanese aesthetic.
Yep.
Suddenly, like a dragon, infinite wealth.
I haven't played that game yet.
Yakuza.
Okay,
I know nothing about the
basically,
game.
it starts off in Japan, and then it goes to Hawaii.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's actually kind of funny with the crossover here
pipeline.
happening. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna get your clothing. Is there anything you wish to do before your day?
I can't think of anything really. I mean, I've got the catnip to. All I need is all I need is my charm and that bag of catnip.
All right. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, you're set. So, Ooblex, we're gonna finally hop back over to you real quick because you had rolled for that wandering, and so I want to mention every time we've done this D6, I've changed the locations for like what 1 will equal, what 2 will equal. You ended right back up at the tavern.
What?
Yes. So what you did was you walked around for a bit and you kind of like, you went through some like back alleys. You're like, oh, I wonder what this leads to. And then you kind of just like wandered through like the way more suburb area of the town. And then you eventually like, you see like a very distinct building. You're like, oh, that looks interesting. You make your way back over because you hadn't seen the building from the back. And you make your way over to the building. You're like, I wonder what, oh. As you realize, it's the fucking Oceanic Bell Tavern again. You're back at the fucking building.
Oh my god, I'm coming on back in the
I'm not bullshitting you. You fucking rolled the number. I moved the Oceanic Bell Tavern too. Do you want to wander again? It's currently 4 p.m.
Maybe I'm meant to be here, you know?
Maybe that's what the fate of the dice have said. So if you want to stay here, what do you plan to do? Are you just gonna hang out outside, or like what's going on here?
I can't even fit myself in. I give up, dude.
Oh god. Okay, let me do this. Do you go up to the window again?
Sad black.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the window. Like, near
Okay.
where the bartenders are, like for drinks.
Okay.
I'm sitting.
Yeah, so it's that same window as before then.
You're trying to
Okay.
get drive-through service.
This I sent him a that's Ublex right now.
Oh man. Hold on, let me see. What'd you say? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%.
it's like, please.
Yeah.
Sad
Just
Black.
crying.
Please give me
That's
alcohol.
Oh man. So yeah, so you like sit there for a small bit and you see the like bartender. You see her kind of like look over at the window for a small bit and just go kind of like nod her head up and just kind of put her like hand up for like as like a, you know, raising her like pointing finger like a hold up a second. I'll be right with you. And then like puts down like 3 more drinks real quick for some people. And then kind of like makes her way over to the window. And as you might remember, there is a table there. But thankfully, those 2 people from before have left. So you see her kind of just like scoot the table out of the way and then move the chairs, and then just get up to the window and then open the window. She just go, "Hey, I'm guessing you can't fit."
I cannot fit. No.
I should have gotten bigger doors.
It's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
It's okay.
No, that's on me. I should
It's
have
on
gotten.
you.
Yeah, it's on me.
should've-
I talked to the architect when I was getting the place built, and he said I should get a 15-foot wide door just in case if we had any, like, I don't know. I didn't think people of your size were around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm usually not this big. I'm usually okay.
You get no. It's okay. It's okay to gain weight. It's okay. I mean, if you need help, like I know there's like a gym nearby. If you want to go there, it's okay.
No,
Or if you,
like
if you need,
I'm
like, a
not
cardio
fat
plan.
because no, I'm usually no.
Just immediately trying to help you, like, nah, man. Well, listen, let me help.
You don't understand. I'm not like I can't lose weight just by working out. I accidentally absorbed a lot of water, so I'm like
Oh,
really
it's water
fucking
weight.
big.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you pregnant?
You can make me pregnant.
she like rolls her back like, wait, no,
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
she like just take a little back. She's like,
Just the Dylan on the floor in the distance is the one that's really getting me. Dylan walked away and it's just dying. What in the fuck? Just no hesitation.
I
No
went,
hesitation.
I went forehead on table, slamming my desk.
Good lord.
Christ.
Dude, the complete lack of hesitation for that fucking response. Just this is truly how I meant to respond.
Oh
my god.
That's goblins
New
for
core
you.
memory unlocked.
What the hell?
Bro.
So,
I'm joking. I don't even think I can get pregnant.
by the way, I know Ublex was joking, but you only persuasion check anyways.
My God.
Persuasion?
Yeah, you
That
roll
sounds-
persuasion.
That's accurate. It's a
Natural
goblin.
Riz. Natural Riz, yeah, it's goblins.
It's
I
also a
hope
goblin.
You get a nat 20. I honest to God hope you get a nat 20.
Guidance,
what'd
I
you
don't know.
get?
Oh.
A
Okay.
+7 equal to 10.
Okay.
That's just diabolical.
Damn, that is diabolical.
Advantage, because goblin.
Oh man, now I'm gonna ask a question just to make sure. Oh no, you rolled a natural 3 and then it had a +9. I was like, wait, she only has 3, but she should have the extra +3. Never mind. Okay, right. Yeah, she just like, it's not enough to win her over, but she would just kind of look to her and go, maybe. I have a lot of people that say that. I don't know about that one.
You have a lot of people that say that? What do you mean?
You get a lot of flirting when you work a job like mine.
I'm so sorry. You are gorgeous, but I don't even think I can get pregnant. Like,
Well,
I just want
that's-
some alcohol.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't.
Don't
To be
you
fair,
have
I don't think I've
girlfriend?
ever served a slime, so I don't know if that'd even be possible. Anyways, right? Yeah. No, we serve some stuff. We have some light alcohols, but we have a lot more just like juices and things like that. We just kind of serve on a silver platter. What exactly are you looking for?
Tequila.
Tequila? Oh, we definitely have some of that. I'll go back and
Yeah.
get it. It'll just be like 5 rupees. You can just put it on the windowsill there. I'll be back.
Awesome.
But yeah, she'll go back over, start brewing it up. You'll put the 5 rupees up on the windowsill if you're trying to scam her, and then she'll walk back up and give you your tequila.
Tequila.
hey.
Hell yeah. There's like every now and then there'd be like a person or two that kind of like comes out the door and kind of like looks to you and just you would hear them either mugging like, I feel bad for them. I'm sorry they can't fit in there. Man, that sucks. Damn, man, I'm sorry about that. Jeez. Are they
Is the-
pregnant? I don't
Bring
know,
the
man.
party over here.
I just want you to know, like, shit like that is why I don't tell my parents what goes on in these sessions.
You hear like one single person go like, damn, thick, and then walks away.
Yeah, what the?
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, unless you plan to do anything else, you'll just be kind of like sipping, just kind of hanging out at the tavern, and eventually, I'm guessing you would head to the ship eventually.
Yeah.
You got yourself your drink? Hell yeah. I don't know if like by chance while you're at the window if you wanted to try to interact with an NPC from afar, but otherwise, yeah, you just head back to the ship.
Hey guys!
They're like shoving like a portion of your slime body and like, hey. Yeah, no.
I can do that. I can
Uh,
squeeze my head
it-
through it.
It's that funny thing of technically you probably could have fit if you forced your body in, but it would have been just like a struggle of like it would have been a dex check to make to see whether or not you like can actually get your body to fit through.
Oh god.
Um,
I don't have dexterity.
yeah, not right now. But yeah, you're heading back to the ship, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, you head back to the ship, 7 p.m. would come around, and Usagi, you will
Yep.
arrive at the tavern, and upon entering the tavern, Millie Millie's already waiting for you.
What the heck is she wearing?
So she, because, you know, she's blind, it's one of the
right.
things where she doesn't really change
Yeah.
too much with clothing.
I forgot.
Yeah. So, like, not really
Understandable.
any attire change is gonna happen besides, like, she probably swapped out to new clothes just so they're at least clean type of deal. But there wouldn't be much change. She, most likely knowing her, like, scenario and the problems she has to deal with, she's basically just bought multiple of the same outfits because it's just easier for someone like her.
Understandable.
So, or at least I would imagine it to be.
Understandable.
Yeah. But yeah, you would just start, as you would enter, she would just kind of like, she doesn't look directly at you, obviously.
Obviously.
But it's that thing of like, the way she moves her body is definitely an obvious, like, she knows you're here type of thing. She knows you've entered, so.
Good evening.
Good evening, Usagi. You can go and take a seat if you wish.
Yes, indeed. Going to sit down. Take a seat, indeed.
So, this is where it's gonna be completely up to you with your charisma, IRL, and your riz.
Oh boy.
No
Hit me.
shot.
Come on, Reed.
Oh, boy.
Show us how you got a girlfriend IRL.
Yes, I do. So I have a little bit more of this, than usual. So, do you live here, or is this just one stop on a journey or something?
It's more of a stop. I tend to travel from place to place.
Entering tournaments, I assume.
Well, entering tournaments to help pay for the travels, but mainly just been traveling to try and find an old friend of mine.
Oh.
Yes. I have a friend, he's been missing for quite some time, so been trying to keep an eye out for him.
Well, I'd have to know what he looks like. Oh boy.
So,
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm?
He's gonna realize what he just says. Sorry, I mean, no, it looks like a little more details.
Yes, it's okay. A lot of people make that mistake.
Okay.
From what I
God.
remember, he was a Leonin, similar to me. Grew up around the same island as me, and one day he said he was going to set sail, and well, everybody was supposed to give him a welcome party, or a leaving party, and I was also supposed to be a part of his crew, but he disappeared. And
Very
it's not
strange.
like he sailed away, because his ship never left.
Very strange indeed.
I checked the island for a few years, and he never showed up. We never found a body, nothing. And it's small town, small island. If something were to have happened, we would have already found out by now. At least the locals would have figured out some way. And with it being, at the time, partied with the Navy, which I don't really care about the crew or the group, they would have at least looked into it to a degree, and nothing was found by them either. So my best guess is that most likely he either departed or was kidnapped or something of the sort. So I travel.
In his head, Usagi's thinking, yes.
Like, yeah,
Nope.
she travels. Fuck no, she has a missing person.
I don't know what her said friend. That could mean anything. Okay, like that does not imply.
It
You
doesn't
know.
imply that they're into each other or anything like that, which is a good thing for you.
Well, speaking of traveling, we happen to be on it. I happen to own it. I happen to be on a ship. We would have to give you a lift.
Go and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, please, I need this to work, please. Fuck, that's an 11.
Alright. So, with an 11, she would kind of just look to you and just go, while I do appreciate the offer, I already have a boat that I've been using for the time being. I appreciate it, though.
Good thing she can't see him, like, do the little, like, clench fist thing.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, well, figured it was worth a shot.
Yes. Within the rest of the time, unless you plan to set up any other bits of conversation, we'll kind of breeze through the rest of this.
Well, first I need to one, I need to get, I need to plunk the bit of catnip on the table. I figured we could use some payment for the useful training.
I appreciate that. Have fun the travels.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, this is stupid. Actually,
You got this. Can I phone a friend? Phone's Mollis. Hey man, what do I do?
No.
No, phone me
No,
instead.
I don't need Mollis's help. You think Mollis has any risk whatsoever?
Hey, you never know, man. He might have had a bunch of like fish people swooning over him.
I feel like Chrono's unintentionally the type to like get someone incredibly interested in him without flirting.
He's more like a Viper situation, I feel like, whereas like a he doesn't flirt, but like it's that like oblivious like, oh wait, you mean the ring? No, I'm not anime. Shut up.
Gotcha.
Well, at least that's the vibe I've gotten off of him. Obviously, it's not my character at the end of the day. Oh man, or just phone Ublex. They got Riz.
Yeah, the rest has not been working, but
Yeah,
I've been getting low rolls.
that's true.
Do you have any tips for attempting to improve my dexterity in on my own time? I can keep improving it.
On your own time. Well, there's a lot of tricks that you could try. It normally varies person to person how you plan to try and, I guess, boost your form of dexterity naturally. The way I've done it is just through a lot of just, well, rigorous training. And normally my training is just more built through just outright endurance, stamina, that sort of thing, just running. A lot of running.
Okay.
Oftentimes that can help boost your ability to hold your endurance and not wind out straight away, though that also helps more with your constitution too.
Could be interesting.
It doesn't boost your dexterity as fast as some other methods do, but you're also boosting your constitution, so I say it's a win-win.
Indeed.
So basically, essentially, whereas like if you used your level up to just do a stat boost, for your free level up thing that everybody gets every level up, if you did that, instead of getting the +2 to a singular stat, it would be a +1 to your con and a +1 to your dex, essentially.
Okay.
So it kind of divides it up a little bit more, but you're boosting 2 instead of 1 stat.
Okay. What? There's no way this is going any further because I've just met this person and like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, you don't want to try and you don't want to be like a Tinder date and be like,
No.
yo, so bed?
No. He does indeed have some standards.
That's good.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, so you guys were just kind of like, it's just idle conversation, I feel like, at this point,
Yes.
where you guys are just kind of talking
Yeah.
through each other, just kind of learning very lightly about each other, just normal things.
Yes.
But yeah, the two of you kind of poke around at each other, and eventually you would, like, split ways. Are you paying for the bill, or is she paying for the bill?
I got one thing.
Okay.
What direction are you heading next? We could meet up again in the future.
To be honest, normally I leave that to my navigator that I've been traveling with. So I don't quite know. It's not easy for me to navigate, as you can imagine.
I can imagine that.
But I'm sure we'll meet again at some point, considering that, from what I understand, you travel a lot, and I know I do as well.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah. Usually, like, sadly, it's one of those things because of her
Yeah.
condition, she wouldn't be able to really keep track with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a travel thing for her, really. Yeah, the two of you will, you'll pay like 10 rupees for like the dinner essentially. And,
Indeed. Okay.
You'll depart.
Right. Not.
Captain.
I bet that went about as well as could be hoped.
Yeah. Speaking of hoped, Captain, Mr.
Oh, boy.
Chrono Boy.
Eh.
When Yusagi finally gets to the ship, you have a call to make.
Oh no.
I do?
You do. Will
Is
you
this what the
depart at
fangirl-
night or will you depart in the morning?
Fangirl's still on the ship, or
She probably
do we even
is.
know her name yet?
Nope, y'all haven't asked.
Okay.
Well, where is she? I'm gonna go ask her that.
She is currently in the kitchen, currently talking up a literal storm to Benjamin.
Don't give her a seizure for talking to her.
I'm not scared. I have no interest in this one. There's romantically. Please, I'm trying to gauge some capabilities.
Oh no, he's
A
just
feeling.
mentioning that he's seen her react to them saying simple sentences to her. He's like, I don't know how she's gonna handle a fucking question.
You can see that she's starting to handle stuff a little bit better. She probably just needs
please.
time to get over her excitement. That's the big
Ah.
thing.
Oh please. Well, fine. I'm gonna try and borrow for a minute.
All right, yeah. So there's just like idle chatter going between the two, and then you just kind of like, how do you borrow her, quote unquote, from Benjamin?
I like to imagine it just picks
Wait
her
for
up.
a break in the wait for him to leave. And
All right.
here's the thing that I'm just gonna sit there waiting for him to leave.
Yeah. So it's like a good 15 minutes of just like idle chatter before he would finally just go, I need to go deal with some stuff. So
Good.
Please. Like she just keeps talking and he's like, please. Alright, I'm gonna go. And he just starts walking off.
Okay, damn. I'm just gonna swoop in as he does.
Alright.
I don't think I have a cultured name.
Oh, right. Yeah, so it's, Yori? Yeah, you say, you can see that she's not dying this time, but she is still very much shaky.
You're an interesting name. I couldn't help but notice how very stealthy you are. It's a very interesting trait to have.
Yeah, you learn to, you learn to kind of just hide yourself. Including when you don't want to deal with people, and then sometimes, I'm not in the wrong way, but I don't want to deal with a lot of other people, but I do like what you guys do, so I wanted to keep an eye on you guys, so I learned how to stealth.
How would you like to? That could be very useful for. My line of work. I'm gonna hit her with this. How would you like to try being a thief's apprentice?
She would kind of like, you see her face kind of glow up a little bit more, and she would just kind of go, I would love that. Yes, yeah, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to do that. So this will also mean, fun little thing here. So technically you can train NPCs to learn other classes if you wish. Specifically your own classes. So essentially what is going to happen is that her next level up, she will get a level in Rogue.
Ew. Oh, how interesting! I get to be an awful influence. This is great.
Oh, great! A bard rogue. This is only gonna go swimmingly.
Yep.
I'm gonna point out that he won't be a negative influence in that regard, partially because he has absolutely no interest in her.
Completely fair.
Yes, that could change. Maybe.
Damn.
Maybe.
For once,
I'm not
Usagi
putting-
throws away his preferences and says, "Fuck it."
It could.
It could. That is possible.
Besides, Kitsune can shapeshift, right? So
Yeah, they can become fox form. But what's up, Chrono?
Now that it sounds like this conversation's wrapped up, I like to imagine Chrono is just he's training a little unusually this time around. How should I put this? He has one arm on a ledge, and he's completely fully vertical, and he's just basically doing one-handed push-ups like that.
Yeah.
And then Chrono realizes Usagi is here, so he kind of hops back down, sweaty again. Anime WoW Part 5. And
Really?
Chrono will just say, "Oh, hey, Usagi. What are you wearing?"
something that it's called tropical garb. Maybe you should try it sometime.
Pass. I've usually always preferred my dress clothes, but to be honest, going shirtless is kind of more comfortable.
Usagi's just raised an eyebrow. Oh boy.
I need to make Ublex another block bigger on this map. There we go. Boots are not compressed.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm going to make Usagi's fucking harem shipboard, and it's just going to be. By the end of this campaign, that damn board is gonna look like the Pepe Sylvia meme. Okay. Just you wait.
I look forward to it.
So Chrono will just kind of nod to the fangirl, politely, and
Her name's Yori.
Yes.
I'm assuming Usagi says that.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Chrono just kind of gives like a thumbs up as he walks away, and I
Alright.
do want to talk to Benjamin really quick to learn about. All right, what is this next island we're gonna go to?
Gotcha. Yeah. So Benjamin's up on the upper deck, like almost not directly behind the wheel, but he's kind of like near that area. Yeah. So you can walk up to him. How you hit him up with this? So I actually know how to respond properly.
Okay, well, I guess Chrono's just totally oblivious to how he probably looks, and he'll just say, "Oi, Ben, a quick
What's up?
word."
Yeah. What's up, mate?
Well, I just wanted to learn what kind of island are we going to be dealing with next, if you already know.
Right, right. So I don't remember if I mentioned this, but we should be heading to the next island called Extracts.
Extracts.
Yes, yes.
Alright.
I think I lightly mentioned it before, but I might be wrong. If you want to, you can roll a history check. He actually will as well.
I will, yeah.
Damn, you rolled a nat
13.
1. You rolled a 14?
I get a 13.
13, okay. So you remember this much. You remember that it is known to be a pretty forested island. You do know there is civilization. Sometimes there are some islands here that it will just lead you to and there's no civilization. But this is a forested island that has civilization basically built around, like, into the forest. They do have a harbor town, so they have two towns. They have the beginning town at the harbor, and then they have further in, like, a town, like, slightly into the forest. But there's still a lot of just forested area that's just untouched.
Wait, sorry,
yeah.
did you say Sylvan? As in, like, the Satyr language?
No,
Oh, okay, sorry,
No.
I think I misheard you.
you probably did. There's just two harbor towns. There's one on the edge of the forest and one in the harbor. Which is not a common thing. I did also say, because I'm trying to figure out what you might have misheard.
Don't worry about it.
Alright. But besides that, the only other thing that you would know is that they do have some, like, they have been known to, one, reject the Navy, and two, they have also been known to ally and harbor oceanic kingdoms. Not like as a recent thing, but more the fact of, like, in the past, they have been known to have been friends and allies with other oceanic kingdoms that kind of, like, were near the island.
Got it. So Chrono would probably like tap his forehead with his fist as he's like trying to remember it, and then he opens his eyes and his like fist kind of falls into the open palm of his hand, kind of like the "oh damn, I got it" kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he says, "That's a heavily forest island where, if I recall correctly, the residents, there's nothing Navy related going on there, so this might be another easy island, probably."
That's how, mate. I'll take whatever I can get, you know?
Do you know how long it'll take to get there?
I'm estimating around maybe 5 days. I'd say 5 days.
5 days. Got it. We'll
Well, if it
leave right
only-
in the morning in that case. No sense
Alright.
to rush it if it's already gonna take a while.
That's true, mate. Just wait till we get some of the other islands. I've heard some of the other islands take even longer. We'll see.
Noted.
I think the ones that are going to be a real problem is going to be the Lost Sea, because we're going to have to paddle that.
Oh, I found a sailor who told me about that actually.
Oh, really?
I was trying to get some information on certain old friend of mine, and
Mm-hmm.
admittedly, my first thought was Malice might be able to help out, but even he might not be able to push that whole ship.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, mate. We do have oars. The Navy do put oars like onto the sides of the ships, near lower deck area where they have the cannons kind of poking out on the side. We'll just need to use that, basically.
Oh, yeah, oars.
Yeah.
Right, I know that.
They
it-
pre-build these ships like that just in case, because they have to travel through the Lost Sea all the time, so.
In brackets, Chrono does not know what oars are.
Great. Do you as a player know what an oar is?
Yes.
Great. We'll go from there when the time comes.
Got it.
But
After that, Chrono would probably just do a quick check to make sure everyone's on, and that's really the last thing I could think of to do tonight.
all right. So you guys in the morning will push off and start making your way to extracts. But for now, that is where we're going to end today's session off. As luckily, Ublex has re-emerged into the group and bigger than ever. By the way, because technically a day's gonna go by if you went to ESA, I need you to keep track of your 17 feet.
What's up, gang?
You can go ahead and remove it down to 15 feet. So tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll only be an extra 15 feet bigger instead of 17 feet.
15?
Wait, I just wait. I have a mean. Oh my god.
What you
I'll
got?
post that session.
What's going on? Alright, anyway, we're gonna end off this session. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all being here. And yeah. I hope you all have a good day. And we'll see you later. Everybody wanna say bye?
No.
Damn,